Dustin P-head, I'm coming for you, P-head. Silly hillbilly. Dustin P-head, I'm coming for you, P-head. Silly hillbilly.
The fuck?
This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Aunt and Uncle Studios of Arizona, Conor McGregor with the trash talk to Dustin Poirier. The trilogy fight Saturday night. Plenty of MMA news. Let's get to it with the MMA-Holes. Yeah, baby.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Welcome to the stream, friends. Welcome to the MMA-Holes Live.
Dustin P-head, I'm coming for you, P-head. Silly hillbilly.
It has begun. It has started. That's Conor with a message to Dustin Poirier. We have a lot to talk about tonight as all the fighters, besides Conor and Poirier, all the other fighters got to speak to the media. So we'll get to those stories. But Jesse, what do you think about that attack by Conor?
It's not really like
Dustin.
Is that scary to you? It's not really vintage Conor, but I guess the start. started getting himself back.
P-head.
What was your reaction when you heard it, though?
I don't know. I thought it was kind of silly. I thought it was funny though.
I laughed pretty freaking hard. I don't know what it's like childish, yet I don't.
It was really convincing though.
He has like a fan on in the background or something. I don't know. You would think he would have done it in a room where there was no, noise in the background, but it sounds like he's like, "Hey D, I'm gonna record something real quick. I'll be right back." And this is what he puts out on Twitter.
Dustin.
It's like
P-head.
bringing back P-head with the haunting chants of Dustin. Also has an attack on, well, not an attack, but dropped a message from Dustin's wife. We'll talk about that as well. But this over here, he's starting to rumble. Nothing crazy, nothing over the top, just a whisper into a mic with like a fan on the in the background, and
I'm coming for you, P-head.
I'm coming for you, P-head.
Silly hillbilly.
Silly hillbilly, Jesse. Okay. Press conferences tomorrow. That's correct, and we'll be reacting to that. Okay. Some people, I was reading some of the tweets out there, and one person put a tweet out and says, "You guys, some people were comparing this man's trash talk to Muhammad Ali with this tweet," right? I think people forget, when Conor used to go crazy, his highlight reel of trash talk it's unparalleled. It really is. Like, his trash talk back in the day was something special. It has declined, and it doesn't work if you're not winning, right? But as I listen to this over and over again, okay, I kind of get it. I kind of get what he's doing here. He's not going too crazy. He's not going over top. He's trying to send a haunting message to Dustin, just whispering into a microphone. He's coming for you. After he gets defeated. Biting? I don't know what the hell Dustin thinks after hearing something like, I don't know. Like, what do you do? Do you get flashbacks from
Not
2014,
really.
or do you say, I knocked you to Fook out not that long ago?
I feel like it's kind of a silly, a silly video. So I think Dustin Poirier is probably looking at it like, whatever.
Now, Drunk Savage says Ali was the man. McGregor got nothing on him. It's bullshit. Listen, guys, if you watch back, Ali was very good with the trash talk. But if you compare, I'm not talking about fighting styles or Ali as a boxer versus Conor as an MMA fighter. I'm just talking about trash talk. You mean to tell me Ali's trash talk was better than McGregor's? McGregor has endless highlight reels of him going crazy and quotable stuff. McGregor was pretty good at that. That was one thing that you got to say he was very good at. Lately, not so much. And I think people have a short-term memory. I think people are just like, well, I can't remember back then. Can't remember those two belts that he went for and all that stuff. Like, I don't remember the Jose Aldo press conference and all that stuff. I mean, anyway, he declined after the Khabib fight. I mean, during the Khabib fight. That's when we started taking the nosedive.
During?
Yes, during the Khabib lead up. During the Khabib lead up, his trash talk hit the wall. It was terrible. His trash talk turned into blue lips, and I'm going to put you in a casket, and he started making Muslim attacks and all that stuff, and it seemed like it got too emotional, and he wasn't tactical anymore. It was just him just lashing out because Khabib slapped his boyfriend. That's basically what it was. Conor took it a little too serious there. But before that, he was on point. Now, tomorrow night should be very interesting here, because we don't know what to expect. We've seen all different versions of Conor. The nice guy, the trash talker, the complete asshole. We've seen it all, right? What are you going to expect for tomorrow night?
Vintage Conor is what I'm expecting. I want to see Conor go after Poirier and get into his head. That's what I want to see. But I will say that the social media and stuff that he's been doing to lead up to this whole thing is not really convincing me that that's what we're going to see tomorrow. Okay. Well, the follow-up tweet that came out from Conor was Julie Poirier, who happens to be Poirier, who is Poirier's wife. Okay, so he put something out there. Accept message request from Jolie Poirier. Block, delete, accept
over there. And he just puts that out. Basically like Jolie Poirier sliding into his DMs. Now, he didn't write anything here, didn't type anything here, I should say, or text anything here. Just drop this screenshot. So he's just planting little seeds, I'm assuming, for what's to come tomorrow night. Just planting little things out there. Nothing crazy, not going nuts, just throwing little things out here. And honestly, it's just doesn't really it's not an attack on his wife. You know? It's just like, hey, look who was sliding into my DMs, you know? She probably was, if this is real, was harmlessly sliding in, or maybe saying, hey, where's Dustin's money for his charity? Who knows? All I do know is when you get something like this, we get a lot of these, you usually see the message underneath before you accept or decline. So I don't know what's going on here. Could be photoshopped. Very well could be photoshopped here. So I think he is playing games. He's playing small little mind games for the lead up for Thursday night. Now the question is, does this affect Dustin? I would have to say no. You have to be pretty weak-minded for these little jabs on social media to affect you. We're going to find out tomorrow. We're going to see how Conor's going to take this and roll into tomorrow night. Is he going to be like, your wife was sliding into me DMs, mate? Like I don't know. What is he going to say? Is that going to be the angle he's going to go with? I did like what he did with Nate Diaz in the sequel. I did like him saying, you should have killed me the first time. I thought it was a great line. I don't know if he's going to reuse something like that on Dustin Poirier, or he's going to have a complete different attack here. Is he going to be witty? Is he going to be tactical? Is he going to penetrate Poirier's head before they enter the octagon? P-head, says Drew Becker, is probably going to be something he's going to be throwing out there. I would imagine. It worked the first time. Second time, he really didn't utilize it. Let's see if he drags it into the microphone tomorrow night. It's fascinating. It is very fascinating, considering we haven't heard much from Conor at all. No media, just kind of waiting, and boom, tomorrow is Thursday. The weigh-in's on Friday. Saturday's the fight. Like, we're here. Dana White saying that this card is going to make $2 million in pay-per-view buys. He's very confident it's going to hit $2 million. That's wishful thinking. I think definitely it's going to be over $1 million. I definitely see that. You got Conor on there. Usually that's what happens. The other fights on the card make it very interesting, too. I got to say, this O'Malley fight versus Moutinho, I'm really interested. In a weird way, I'm more interested in this than anything else they were throwing on the table. Chris Moutinho is a guy we saw in the regional scene. He's very confident on the mic. Looks like he's pretty focused, and he knows that this is a big opportunity. Can Chris Moutinho somehow shock the world and perhaps wrestle-fuck Sean O'Malley to a win? Because I think that's the only way we're going to do this. Maybe some ground and pound or drag him down. Is Sean O'Malley going to hit him with a highlight reel knee or some shit? Or some spinning thing that Sean O'Malley likes to do? I think it's fascinating. Greg Hardy, very confident on the mic today as well, talking about Derek Lewis. Meanwhile, his opponent is Toivaza, but it seemed like Derek Lewis was a hot topic for Greg Hardy. Greg Hardy saying that he wants to go into boxing. He wants to fuck up Wilder. I was going to say Gene Wilder. Deontay Wilder. Greg Hardy versus Gene Wilder would be great if he was alive. Yeah. So Greg Hardy showing some confidence. There's a lot of things on this card from top to bottom. So going from the unknowns in the first 3 or 4 fights and then rolling into some novelty things. And you got Ryan Hall on this thing. I'm really excited about this card. I think it's going to do well. If you want to watch the card, pin in a live chat. ESPN Plus is the link. Now, friends, what do you think about Conor McGregor's trash talk on Dustin Poirier? Really not much to pull from it, but it got a chuckle out of me. The childish attack with the whisper into the microphone.
Dustin.
Haunting.
P-head. I'm coming for you, P-head. Silly hillbilly.
What do you guys think in the chat?
Thank you.
We have over here, it looks like some member action. What do we got here? Kissima Kaba has become a member. Thank you very much, Kissima Kaba.
Oh, super chat.
That's very kind of you. Terrell from Oakland coming in.
Completely disagree with the Ali take respectfully.
Completely disagree with the Ali take. Okay, listen. Muhammad Ali, to me, is the greatest boxer of all time. The greatest showman in the boxing sport, for sure. And Conor McGregor took from Ali. He completely stole his swagger and he stole his trash talk. No doubt about it. There was a big, I would say, influence. I mean, easily, when you see Conor rising up, you can tell that Conor McGregor was definitely taken from his bag of tricks. There's no doubt about that. But in a lot of cases, in a lot of situations, people take from something and then just do it better. And I have to be honest with you. If you look at Muhammad Ali, there have been some lines that he has that are very quotable. There have been fights that, I mean, epic fights that Muhammad's had. But when you just talk about the trash talk and you look at Conor McGregor, if you had a highlight reel of Conor's trash talk and a highlight reel of Ali, I honestly don't even think it's close. Now, well, not so much. I mean, now Conor McGregor, his fighting has declined, but his opponents have gotten way better. Correct? I mean, Dustin Poirier, I showed you his resume. The dude's beaten some pretty legitimate fighters. One of the best 155ers right now, or maybe the best, without Khabib in there. And Khabib, you throw him in the equation, well, there's that. This fight here is fascinating because Dustin Poirier is in his prime. Dustin Poirier at 155 is almost unbeatable at this point. Unless he's fighting Michael Johnson, which that was his introduction to 155. But if you take Khabib out of the equation, Dustin Poirier might be the best out there. So Conor McGregor's got his hands full over here. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. DDS Aquatic says MMA-Holes fight week, and that's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Drew Becker says free Super Skunk. Who the fuck is Super Skunk? I don't even know who the...
Wonderful, wonderful.
Don't know who that is. The Glove Touch.
Dana says Trump is showing up at Shift 264 and there is a watch party at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Which means they have 2 arenas. Which means they're selling out 2 fucking arenas. And some movie theaters.
This fight is a big deal. Not only is the card fairly balanced, but it ends with Conor McGregor trying to get redemption. Conor McGregor's bigger than the sport. That's just how it is right now. That's what everyone wants to see. The Justin Biebers and the Mel Gibsons and all these freaking celebrities, Donald Trump showing up at this thing. It's the McGregor effect. The first fight back in the MGM Grand with a full crowd, full capacity. It's history. Saturday night is history. A lot of things you can talk about. A trilogy that Conor has never been a part of. A lot of things. And then the winner of this fight is the #1 contender to fight Charles Oliveira for the title. A lot of cool stuff coming out of this. The co-main event's fire. Gilbert Burns versus Wonderboy, a fantastic matchup between the two. I see fireworks in that fight. Even if Wonderboy tries to play it safe, Gilbert Burns is not the type of guy to make you just run and dance and stick and move. And no, Gilbert's going to keep bringing it. It's a good fight. Very good fight. Thank you for the donation, Glove Touch.
Wonderful, wonderful.
We got Mr. Chubbs coming in.
Dustin is scared, looking like Joe Biden during his ESPN interview, stuttering and mumbling and taking 10 seconds to answer the questions. I think Dustin is shook by the silent McGregor and the anticipation of the crowd to come.
Now, listen, Chubbs, if anyone wants to agree with you on that, it would be me, right? But I can't. You look at any of Dustin Poirier's interviews, even the last run. Like, I tried to play that angle in the last one. Dustin's just not good on the mic. But you know where he is good? When you lock the gate and you put him inside that cage at 155 pounds, Dustin's very good. So I can't really take anything from that. Now, tomorrow, we might be able to pull something. We might be able to pull something out of that press conference. Very, very, very possible that we could pull something out of there. Conor McGregor probably will have Dustin stuttering in some sort of way on the mic just because he's a little better with the gift of the gab. But I'm curious, will Conor be able to find a way to somehow erase Dustin's memory of what happened, 6 months ago, and bring him back to 2014? Conor needs to win tomorrow. Not only does he need to win Saturday, his key to victory on Saturday night is tomorrow night. It's very important. A lot of people don't take much into that. They don't look at press conferences or trash talk. A lot of people say, well, it just comes down to skill. That's not true. When it comes to a Conor McGregor, that is not. If you look at his run and his rise up, it started before the cage. He was very smart in that aspect. Conor has to penetrate P-Head's head tomorrow night. Very, very important. Now, I don't think they're going to have Wonderboy and Gilbert Burns on the dais. I don't know, since they did do media today. So I'm curious to see if they're going to have them two out there as well, or are they just going to have Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor? Something to throw out there that was said earlier in the week. The crowd. I'm curious to hear how this crowd sounds as Conor talks and as Dustin talks tomorrow. And then you have to think, MGM Grand, that place is going to be olaying like crazy. It's probably going to be deafening in there. There will be the USA chants as well, but I think it's going to be just drowned out by olays. Dustin Poirier, who has been emotional before, is about to walk into a cage after he's already pummeled Conor. You have to think his mind's going to be right, but he's going to walk out there to a crowd, a hostile crowd, booing the shit out of him in his own country. In his own country, Dustin Poirier is going to be walking out to olays. So between tomorrow night and Saturday night, if Dustin Poirier gets the win, well, we can brush aside the narrative of Dustin Poirier being weak-minded. We can completely swipe that under the rug. It's going to be fascinating Saturday. It's going to be fascinating tomorrow night and Friday as well, because you have the weigh-ins. DP has the fans there. Moss is Drew Becker. You clearly, how many UFC fights have you gone to? How many McGregor fights have you gone to? Let me make it that way. I've been to a couple of McGregor fights, even against DIAZ. That Olay, you can't drown that out. You just can't. So you mean to tell me that the Dustin Poirier fans are going to be louder than the Nate Diaz fans? Now, when Conor got choked out in the first fight, UFC 196, the crowd turned. It went from olays to cheers. Everyone, even the Conor fans, were cheering on Nate Diaz because Nate Diaz did something spectacular. He was getting mauled in the first round, came back and choked out Conor. Everyone was cheering for Nate. But on the way out, it was a different story. There are two reasons why Khabib retired. One, he can no longer make weight. Two, Michael Chandler. Okay, fair enough.
Thank you.
We have a 3-month celebration as Pat Gallo has not just become a member, he's been a member for 3 months. Patty boy, baby. Howdy, Patty boy.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Welcome to our Wednesday show, friends. We got True Grit
Wonderful, wonderful.
with a donation.
I have to root for McGregor because he's good for MMA exposure. He brings eyes to the sport. The public doesn't care about Poirier.
Thank you, True Grit. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. One of the reasons, I said this before, one of the reasons why this show is even here is because of the McGregor movement. We literally jumped on that train and we ran with it. And we grew our community throughout McGregor's career. And I've grown to be a fan of Conor McGregor. This is a fan channel. There are a lot of people in the chat that could be Poirier fans or Khabib fans or any other fan out there, right? That's what it's about. But you can't dismiss the fact of what McGregor did for the sport, what McGregor did for MMA and the UFC, for fighter pay. Everyone complains about fighter pay, but let's be honest, they're making a hell of a lot more post-McGregor. So everyone has to be realistic of this. And the buzz for Saturday night, remember this, There's no belt on the line. There is no belt on the line. Yet the Dana White's saying they're going to make 2 million pay-per-view buys. I don't know if they're going to do that. But, I mean, it's easy a mill. No belt. Just McGregor and Dustin Poirier. Is Dustin Poirier good for the sport? He's a role model. He's a good human being. He's charitable. You know, he gives back to the people. He's just an all-around good guy. But is he marketable in the fact of putting asses in the seat and selling pay-per-views? No, he's not. Can Dustin Poirier bring in the casual fan? The answer is no. Maybe unless you're from New Orleans or maybe you're one of the people out there. I was getting criticized for wearing a USA tank top and rooting for McGregor. My logic is this. As soon as that gate closes and 2 fighters are there competing, there's no such thing as countries. They might be proud to represent their flags and stuff like that, but it doesn't matter, man. The UFC brings everyone together, brings this community together. It's not just about the United States, and I love my country, don't get me wrong, but it's about everybody. It's about the world, and that's what the UFC brings together, and that's the beauty of the sport. Worldwide, people come in and compete, and you root for whoever you want. It's no home team. The only time I'm guilty of rooting for USA is if there's 2 people that I have no idea who they are. No clue who the fighters are. I'm like, all right, I'll just go with the guy from USA. Why does it burn when I pee? Says Cam417.
Dustin. P-head. I'm coming for you, P-head.
Conor McGregor's coming for P-head. He's coming. The question is, does he get what he wants?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Kainoto.
Conor will win because of one thing. He's got a high fight IQ, and it pains me to say this. No way in hell is he going to stay in the cage long enough for Dustin to pick him apart and wear him out. People who buy the good/bad guy Conor is cringe.
There we go. Wow, Kainoto actually saying something pro Conor McGregor. Listen, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why this fight is fascinating. Dustin Poirier should win this fight. There's a reason, and let me check again, that Dustin Poirier is the favorite. Wow, near even. It's crazy. He's a slight favorite at -120. But there's a reason why he's a favorite in this fight. I mean, I showed you his resume. You look at his losses here, okay? Ever since he hit 155, after that Mike Johnson thing, it's been just win-win-win. Even this Eddie Alvarez no contest. I mean, he was whacking him around. I was shocked what he did to Eddie Alvarez, to be honest. You know, Justin Gaethje, Anthony Pettis, champ, interim champ, Max Holloway champ. He beat all these guys. He loses to Khabib. Yeah, you know what? Everyone loses to Khabib. Khabib's just on another level. He's on another planet. Dan Hooker. Listen, Dan Hooker, I don't think he's ever going to be a champion, but he's a solid fighter. Dan Hooker is a guy that could finish people. But Dustin Poirier got the job done, unanimous. And then he beats Conor McGregor. A guy he lost to, he comes back and is the only one to ever finish Conor McGregor. Dustin Poirier should be a bigger favorite. But there's a reason why he's not. Because of believers like me. Because of believers like a lot of the casual fans out there. And I'm actually shocked that Kainoto is confidently picking Conor McGregor in this fight. I'm actually shocked. Because if you just look at the stats and the numbers and the colors over here of the green, you would have to think that Dustin Poirier wins this thing. But you have to put everything in consideration. You have to put everything there. We don't know for sure with a booming crowd going in the way of Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier's home country getting booed out of the stadium. The Olays being deafening. What's going to happen tomorrow night? What's going to happen at the weigh-ins? Did Conor's little pea-head comment on Twitter, did that somehow bring back PTSD flashbacks? Well, what about Conor McGregor with a little knock on his wife Doesn't really say anything bad. Just says, hey, your wife slid into my DMs. Like, these little things that are happening may not seem severe or anything that's going to say, okay, now Conor's going to win the fight. But if you start piecing everything together, oh, and on top of that, Conor McGregor's still a damn good fighter. Is he a top fighter at 155? Well, that's to be determined. We know what he's done at 145. He's a top-tier fighter. He did knock out Eddie Alvarez. He beat Cowboy Cerrone, but he's a little bit, can't really go crazy on that. But regardless, we know the guy's a skilled athlete. So when you start piecing all these little things together, that makes the fight really interesting.
Super chat.
Whipping a D.
Very possible. 257 did 1.6 million buys. Possible.
You know what? That's a good point. If they did 1.6 million buys at 257, damn, man. And this fight here, well, here's the thing with 257, though. There was no crowd, right? Or it was limited crowd? It was a limited crowd. Yeah, you know what? Tickets are through the roof. Our friend that called in on the show, I forgot his name. I apologize. Deep Voice Brandon was his name. $2,000 on tickets. 2 tickets, $2,000. So you got to think it's going to be very difficult to get a seat in the building. A lot of people are going to want to see Conor McGregor fight. If this thing sells 2 million pay-per-view buys with Dustin Poirier, who's not really known to be a draw for the UFC when it comes to pay-per-views, my goodness. Could you imagine if Conor McGregor somehow beats Poirier on Saturday, somehow beats Charles Oliveira, becomes the champ again, and Khabib comes back out of retirement? Imagine if they ran that shit back, the amount of pay-per-view buys, the money that would make. Not saying it's going to happen, but just imagine that. It's incredible. It really is incredible.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I think Dustin did get lucky in the last fight because when he was talking to Jorge Masvidal at the end of the Embedded series, he said he kicked him in the leg and it worked, so he did it again. There was no game plan.
There's conflicting things to that, though. Didn't Dustin say that was part of... initially, didn't he say that was part of the game plan? That's interesting. If he said it wasn't now. I could have sworn he said... my memory's not that good, but I could have sworn he said after the fight that was part of the game plan. But then again, it's very easy to say, right? He could have thrown his kicks and then heard Mike Brown say, keep going. Dustin Poirier's a very smart fighter, too. He's got the fight IQ as well. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's a damn good striker. He's got pretty decent cardio. Looks to be in great shape once again. And on top of everything, he's just a straight-up fighter. Like, this man loves to fight. He's not about the whole flashy, take pictures and do this. He's telling everyone to stay hydrated. All he cares about is getting in the cage and competing. That's Dustin Poirier. And it's kind of respectful. It's commendable. The fact that he doesn't need all that stuff, the glitz and glamour. He just wants to go there and fuck someone up. Does that make me root for him over Conor? No. It doesn't. Does it make me hate Dustin? I don't hate Dustin at all. I like Dustin, but I don't know. I'm fascinated here. I think this trilogy is perfect. I think it's actually better than the Nate one right now. As much as I do want to see them run it back, I feel like it's always going to be on the table there. This is the perfect time for this. Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier trilogy. Let's find out. 1 knockout apiece. No decision. 1 knockout apiece. The winner fights for the belt. It's great. It's a great storyline. I'm eating it up. Chewing it up. We have a bunch of MMA news to get to as the baby looks like she's falling asleep over there. I don't know what Jesse's doing. But, Jesse will be back in delivering some news. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. As we are on our Wednesday show, there's the poster over the seat. Very excited. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. That's right, because we need you to... Clear? Okay, I can talk again. We need you to subscribe to this channel because on Saturday night, we're looking to hit 50,000 subscribers. 50,000 subscribers. That's what we're looking to hit. Very ambitious, but we feel it can happen on Saturday night. It's going to be a mega night. Make sure you hit the like button as well. As we have 80 likes, we're looking to get to 200. 243 people hanging.
Hanging with the boys.
With the boys. You pumped about Saturday?
I am.
Grandma's coming?
Yes.
All right, Grandma's coming. I have a feeling Grandma's going to be slipping into the room while McGregor's about to fight.
Probably.
I think Grandma wants to watch McGregor fight. What do you think?
I don't know. You'll have to ask her.
That's right. How about Ellie's first McGregor experience? Is she going to bring luck to the Irish or?
Depends. She is Irish.
Partially. A piece.
So.
Virus. Yes.
Maybe.
What do you think about people out there that will only root for the fighters in their country?
What do you mean?
Because I have gotten criticism.
For rooting for fighters in your country?
No.
What do you think about people who only root for fighters in their country?
Yeah, but I've gotten criticism for rooting for fighters outside of the country.
Oh, are you talking about like your dad saying that?
Yeah, I get criticism all the time. Not just my dad, just from viewers as well. We got one just the other day.
I don't see anything wrong. What's wrong with it? The UFC is completely diverse. It's full of fighters from all over the place. Why can't you root for someone from a different country?
I don't get it. Like, for instance, like if I were to root for a team that is predominantly played in the U.S. and I'm from the city that that team is from, it's a different story. It works differently. It's a team sport. But here in mixed martial arts, it's one man, one woman.
Yeah.
That enters and exits the cage. Doesn't really matter where the hell they're from. I mean, I don't really see it being such a big deal. Now, I'll lean towards an American, like I said before, if I don't know the fighters. Like, if you're in a case where there's, say a Brazilian versus someone from the States.
Right.
And you don't know either guy.
I don't know either?
Do you sway towards the American?
No, I think it just depends, honestly. I sway towards whoever looks like they can beat their opponent.
Whoever looks like they might have the bigger hog.
No.
Oh, maybe that's what I do.
No, like some fighters, they have more of an aggressive look than other fighters.
Yes.
So I usually go with the one that looks more aggressive.
Okay. Not the bigger hog? The more aggressive hog, you're saying?
And the bigger hog.
Okay.
I go with that, too.
We didn't get a chance to throw our new merch on the store, but the ladies and germs.
Shit, I knew there was something else I had to do.
Yes, but we did release some new shirts on the MMA-Holes store that's underneath this video. And I got to say, Jesse.
Yes?
It's got our faces on it.
Oh, boy. I want it.
It's got our fucking faces on it. Let me go to the MMA-Holes store over here. It's underneath the video. And there it is, Jesse.
Boy.
Check this out, Jesse. Check this out.
Get a load of this.
Look at this. New swag.
I want it.
For the low price of $19.99, we actually are making nothing from this. Actually, we probably owe money. But here it is. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Think like an MMA hole. We've been getting a lot of requests for the white shirts, Jesse. Mm-hmm. We finally have a white shirt, Jesse.
Whoop, whoop.
That's right. Many colors here. Look at that. Think like an MMA hole with the tinfoil hats. If you think like an MMA hole, well, I think you should rock one of these wonderful shirts.
That's awesome. I have to get one.
All different colors here. You can throw our tinfoil hats on. And could you imagine, Jesse, we just walk around and meet up. We walk around in a UFC event, and there's just a bunch of people walking around with our faces and some tinfoil hats on there. Oh, my God, it would be glorious. Think like an MMA hole. All right, wonderful. Fun fact.
I like it a lot.
That picture we have on the other side of the camera over there. It's like we stare at that every day because we think like an MMA hole.
It is true. We do.
All right, let's get to our sponsors real quick, and then we'll go right into the news.
All right, starting off with Head Rush, the provider of the highest quality authentic apparel for lifestyle, MMA, and action sports enthusiasts. Men and women's clothing ranging from hoodies, t-shirts, workout apparel, and more. Be part of the chosen few and save 20% using promo code MMA-Holes. That's promo code MMA-HOLES with the link in the description below.
We got some things brewing with Head Rush, XMMA. Very excited. By the way, XMMA has Chris Curtis now back on the card.
Yes, sir.
Might have to drag him back on the show. Chris Curtis. John Dodson was taken off the card, but now Chris Curtis is on there. And I got to be honest, Jesse. Nothing against John Dodson, the Ultimate Fighter winner. This and that. I prefer Chris Curtis. I'm just saying.
I concur.
I'd rather Chris Curtis.
Concur.
Wonderful.
Although, would you be saying that if John Dodson was still on the card?
Yes. I wouldn't
You
be
would?
saying it. Yeah, I was actually bummed when I didn't see Chris Curtis on the card. I was like, fuck, man. I like him. He was on the show, real good guy. He's also, Sean Strickland is his coach. So the last time we kind of dropped the ball, we should have brought Sean on. He was literally standing right next to him, and he said, "Hey, Sean's back there." We
Yeah.
should have told him to come on, but I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why I didn't do it.
Well, because it wasn't his interview, Moss.
I know, maybe I don't know, but anyway, let's. The phone was going ballistic. Let's see what our other sponsor over here, Ballsy.
Yes, taking great care of yourself doesn't have to feel like a chore. Ballsy products are developed with unique active ingredients to keep you feeling and smelling better than ever before. Head over to ballwash.com with the link in the description and use promo code MMA-Holes. That's promo code MMA-HOLES for 15% off of your entire purchase.
All right, ballwash.com.
Say goodbye to toilet paper with affordable premium bidet attachments by Lux Bidet. Lux Bidet attachments gently cleanse your skin, leaving you feeling refreshed and confident. Save 10% at checkout using the link in the description below. Again, use the promo code in the description or the promo link in the description below and get 10% off applied at checkout.
Nice. Very, very nice, Jesse. And MysticRootsCBD.com will be doing a giveaway this Saturday.
Yes, sir. Get top quality organic CBD products, including extracts, hemp flower, cosmetics, edibles, and more. Get up to 20% off using promo code MMA-Holes. That's promo code MMA-HOLES at MysticRootsCBD.com.
Only for the MMA holes. These discounts. Don't tell anyone else. It's only for you guys and gals, okay? Got the best deals for you guys. So I'm very excited about our new shirt, our sponsors. We're going to get into the news in a second, Jesse. But remember, if you want to think like an MMA hole, the shirt is in the description, down below, underneath the video.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay.
All right. Demo says, sub 2 joints, pass, give. Jake the Snake says the chat craves. Ball wipes, yes. 2 joints says, hashtag bring back Ellie. Nah. We're starting to phase Ellie out a little bit here.
Oh, we got the new Conor emojis up in there, so slap the Conor emojis in the chat.
Kevin from Chicago is going to beat Sugar Shane. I swear to God that is Kevin from Chicago. It sounds just like him. I'm pulling for you, Kevin.
You know what he's referencing, Jesse?
I saw earlier there was a DM or something about someone sounding like KFC or something like that.
The MMAHoles.com. Go to the MMA news section over here. Okay. We harvest all the stories, and he's referring to Chris Moutinho, who is right over here. This is on MMA Fighting.
Get a load of that hair.
Do you think he sounds like Kevin from Chicago? Let's see.
Job where I was working 80 hours a week, and literally this beginning of June I decided, I was like, I'm all done with this. I'm not working 80 hours and making, I don't care about this money.
You think he sounds like Kevin?
Yes, it sounds like Kevin from Chicago.
Looks like the joke. Does Kevin have green hair too?
Do you think Kevin looks like that?
I decided I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit my job.
He's gonna quit his job, by the way. So Chris Moutinho, did you hear his media scrum?
I heard a little bit of each one, but I didn't listen to all of them all the way through.
It was pretty interesting. And do I think he sounds like Kevin? I think he sounds like someone.
A little bit.
I think he sounds like someone that might have dabbled in helium, maybe. I don't know. But he's a 135er, for God's sakes. Like, what do you expect? You know, like, he's not a big super guy. Like a lot of these guys that are a little smaller in stature, they have a little bit of a a little nasally voice.
Trying to think of a 135er with a deep voice.
Huh?
Trying to think of a 135er with a deep voice.
I mean, I guess Aljo has kind of not a deep voice, but not very whiny.
Piotr
right?
Jan?
Jan, little whine.
No, he doesn't have a whine in his voice.
Yeah, a little bit.
No.
Different schools and start.
I really want Moutinho to win. Like I said, nothing against O'Malley. I just think it'd be such a great story. Chris Moutinho, rocking the green hair, coming in, heavy underdog. He's got to wrestle him. He's got to wrestle Jesse.
Yeah.
He's got to wrestle the O'Malley. Let's see what Dana White says. If you don't know, now you know, Ninja. Oh, he's going to be screaming. Hold on.
Fight Week again, live this Saturday night from the sold-out T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. The main event, the trilogy fight between Dustin Poirier.
Okay, can't show that.
Point a couple things out to you. The
Oh my God, what the fuck's going on here?
Just stop showing it. They're just gonna filter the UFC stuff throughout the
Come
whole
on,
thing.
Dana.
couple of fights you might not know about.
He sounds very congested. Sounds like me.
UFC Fight Pass prelims start at 6 o'clock on the East Coast. The ESPN, the network prelims, start at 8 o'clock on the East Coast.
Does he have a cock in his mouth? Why does he sound like that?
I don't know, Moss.
Dana White, do you have a cock in your mouth?
And the main card starts at 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Couple of fights you might not know about.
He looks a little sick.
He always looks sick.
He looks like he's dying. Is he dying?
Yes, everybody's dying, Moss.
Is Dana White dying?
We're all dying.
Rest in peace, Dana. Man, we can't lose Dana White. I feel like this sport would nosedive if we lost Dana White. Right?
Nah.
What do you mean, nah?
Nah, Chael Sonnen will take over.
Oh, fuck. Chael Sonnen. That's the... All right, everybody. This is going to be a great card. No, thank you.
Yeah, Chael Sonnen's going to be the next UFC boss. The boss man.
No way. Listen, Chael Sonnen was a
You
fun
don't
fighter
think
to
he would
watch.
make a good boss man?
No.
Oh, I do.
I couldn't stomach a press conference with Chael Sonnen.
And he has like no wits about him. Like,
all right, everybody. No, thank you.
ESPN, the network prelims, start at 8 o'clock on the East Coast, and the main card starts at 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Couple of fights you might not know about.
Okay, what do we not know about,
Let's
Dana?
start right here. Trevin Giles versus Dricus du Plessis.
Wow, he's got to clear his throat. Giles or Giles? I thought it was Giles.
I thought it was Giles.
Couple of fights you might not know about.
It's like, I don't even know how to say their name.
Let's start right here. Trevin Giles versus
Giles.
Dricus du Plessis.
Are you sure that's right?
He says Giles.
All right, let me put... Hold on a second. Let's put this here. Let's see. I'm going to put the fight on the screen. I'm Trevin Giles. I can't talk anymore. I'm full of phlegm. I can't... I'm dying. Trevin Giles.
Trevin Giles comes into this matchup on a 3-fight win streak. This Houston police officer has an exciting crowd-pleasing style that has gotten him to a 14-2 record. With 13
It sounds like he's going to fucking die. He sounds like he's going to collapse.
of his 16 fights coming by finish. He faces South African star Dricus du Plessis.
Du Plessis, 15-2-0, 3-fight win streak. Okay.
Dricus is on his own 3-fight winning streak, with all 17 of his wins coming by finish. These are two very exciting prospects, ladies and gentlemen. Do not miss this fight.
Okay, it does look like a pretty good fight. Okay. What do you think about this one?
I like it. I'm going to go with
Wonderful.
Giles.
Giles. Giles!
And it is on ESPN, the network, for free.
Oh, funny you say that, Dana White, because, wait, ESPN. Oh, look at that. So that is, the preliminaries are on ESPN, regular ESPN. Very nice. So if you want to watch the pay-per-view, it's just ESPN Plus. Very nice. Very nice.
Another fight you might not know about. Price versus Tejeda.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't know about that? The fuck? How would you not know about this fight?
I didn't know about it until we went over the card on Monday.
Wouldn't the fight that they should talk about is Ryan Hall versus Ilia Topuria?
No.
Leah Topuria?
Who wants to talk about that fight?
Because it's what no one knows about. We know about Nico Price versus Pereira.
I didn't know about it.
What? What do you mean you didn't know about it?
I didn't know about it until we went over it on Monday.
Yeah, but what?
Mm-hmm. It's the truth.
14-4, 10 knockouts, 3 submissions. Think about this.
Couldn't put away Cowboy Cerrone, but he's going to do great here.
18 fights, only 1 has ever gone to a decision.
Yeah, only 1 has gone to a decision. Whoops, but just forget about that Donald Cerrone fight where he couldn't finish a guy that's way past his prime.
Nico has a habit of being in crazy...
But tune in on Saturday.
...easy fights. He's usually in a fight where 1 or 2 of the guys ends up getting a performance bonus. Tejeda is an absolute...
Actually, I like the way he says... I like the way he says Tejeda. I like that, Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows Ryan Hall is fighting... Come on. Do you know his opponent? Drunk? Tell me about his opponent. Tell me about him. Give me everything you know about his opponent, because I've never even heard of the guy.
Topuria?
Yeah. Who's that guy?
Who the fuck is
Who
that
the fuck
guy?
is that? Who
the fuck is that guy?
All right, Drunk Savage. Please school us.
Absolute wild man in there.
Now he's gonna Google it,
The
Moss.
most unpredictable
Copy and paste.
fighter on the planet. He might run up the fence. He might throw a flying knee. He might try to flip over Nico's guard. Mix that with a ton of explosive power, and he can end the fight anywhere, anytime, anyhow. This is one of those fights where absolutely anything can happen.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this card is awesome. This Saturday night.
And if you don't know, now you know, Ninja.
If you don't know, now you know.
You should put Ninja in there, Jess. You
Ninja.
should drop the N-word. That's what you should do.
That would be
like
a boss move.
Yeah. If Dana White...
You think Dana White could get away with it?
Any of my black friends in the chat, would you be cool with Dana White saying the N-word? Be honest. Because he says if you don't know, now you know. Might as well put the N-word in.
If you don't know, now you know.
Right? What do you think? Not the white friends in the chat, my black friends in the chat. What do you think? Should he be able? I think that'd be great, right? Every time he does that. And if you don't know, now you know. And let's see. Come on, Pulse, loosen up, man. Let's see. Let's see what the chat says. Come on,
Henry
loosen
Allen
up,
says,
man.
Wonderful, wonderful. Pulse says, fuck no.
Oh, you guys suck, man.
And
You guys
Nagnus
are tight
says,
asses.
no is the N-word. Skunk with a thumbs up. Ryan says Dana White can't say it because his last name is White.
Oh, maybe that's what it is, right?
Leo England says ninja. I identify as black and I give him permissions as Joss.
Well, you know what? If he does just say ninja. Oh, yeah, Nicole with the white guilt. Shut up. If he says ninja, that would have been great, right? Because it is a sport with ninjas in it, Jesse.
So you're saying he should say, if you don't know, now you know,
yeah,
ninja?
Dana White, you dropped the ball. If you don't know, now you know. It's been said a million times. But if you say ninja.
Ladies and gentlemen, this card is awesome. This Saturday night, if you don't know, now you know.
Ninja.
Okay. Man, oh man, a lot of people got guilt in there, man. Jeez.
Moss, just because a white person says no doesn't mean they have white guilt.
You just should go with it, man.
He thinks every white person who doesn't say a racist thing automatically has white guilt.
Jesus. Just let him drop the N-word, for God's sakes. Like, what's wrong with you guys? God.
I have a lot of news to get to, Moss.
We'll get to it. We're just having a little fun. TJ Mizzy is now subscribed to the MMA-Holes. TJ Mizzy.
Ah, super chat.
Here comes Terrell.
Why the youth haven't had a Vegas stadium fight yet?
They will. They're actually working on it. He said that Dana White said all of the Vegas cards, at least for fight nights, as far as fight nights are concerned, were going to be Apex. And then T-Mobile, UFC 264, I believe, is T-Mobile.
Yeah, wait, I don't know.
So that's going to be the first stadium fight in Vegas.
Yeah. That's this Saturday.
Yep.
They're talking about MSG. Do you have that story or no?
No.
Okay, yeah, MSG in November. They're looking to bring the UFC back to New York as long as everything's opened up, and they're having concerts there now. So that's fucking awesome, man. MSG's getting that's a mega. That's they're throwing some mega fight on that card. I don't know what they can put on there though. November. Actually, you know what? Let's see. Let's figure this out.
Derek Lewis.
Let's see. This is in July, August, September, October. Oh boy. How about Charlie Olives and Conor if that comes together?
So because Conor's just automatically
that's Conor's home.
Winning the trilogy.
It's Ireland, then New York. He loves New York. He's a New Yorker, and he loves Vegas as well. See, Conor, Oliveira. You could put Francis versus the winner of Gane, and it'll be Francis versus Lewis, the rematch.
Well, actually, I have a story on Gane.
What else you put on there? Let me think of another title fight we could put on there. How about who the hell?
Did you say Francis versus Lewis?
Yeah.
How would they put that together by November if Lewis is fighting Gane?
They're fighting next month.
Exactly, in August.
Yeah, Derek Lewis has done that before.
So in 3 months' time, then they would have to not get injured in that fight.
Well, Lewis is going to knock out Gane in no time, right? Because either Gane's going to run for his life or Lewis is going to put his face into the mat quickly. Lewis will have not a scratch on him. He's going to fuck Gane up. Okay, he's gonna pound him right back down to France.
And they're just gonna throw Lewis out and Gane 3 months later.
Yeah, because Derek Lewis did it before. If the UFC says, "Hey, you want Francis Ngannou in MSG?"
Is MSG gonna do a crowd though? Because New York has really strict stipulations.
That's what I just said.
Right
They have to do that. But they already had a concert. They already did the Foo Fighters over there. Yeah, people were there.
All right. Yeah. Well, fair enough.
Drop the likes right now. Smash it up as we're partying on a Wednesday night. Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. We're discussing the UFC 264 card. Looks like we got something else over here. What we got? Oh! The first buyer of the shirt! Someone got it!
Got the merchandise.
Oh!
Limited edition merchandise. I got the merchandise.
Someone got it!
Limited edition merchandise.
What?
I got the merchandise. Limited edition merchandise. I got the merchandise.
Woo! Let's go, McGregor. You guys rock. The first person to get Think Like an MMA Hole just dropped. We got white tanks and white shirts. A lot of people have been requesting, so we put our mugs on them. Think Like an MMA Hole. Check it out down below this video right now. Whew, wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wow. Amaze balls.
Amaze balls.
Amaze balls.
Ah, super chat.
Terrell.
I mean the stadium that the Las Vegas Raiders play.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what stadium that is.
They got their football stadium. A lot bigger. Football stadium's a hell of a lot bigger than, the smaller venues.
But what's the difference? A stadium is a stadium. You're still going to get a crowd of people. It's still going to be... You have to remember, they're still working on, really opening up these pay-per-views and stuff to audiences. So you got to start off small and then move your way up.
Canelo Alvarez just fucking went crazy in Texas, right?
Texas is a different state.
But I'm saying the stadium's tremendous. They can do it.
No, I'm not saying they can't do it, especially for a Conor card. Of course they could do it.
Yeah, it has to be McGregor. It's got to be like a 3-title fight type deal. In time, we're gonna see it. We're definitely gonna see it. Thank you very much, Terrell, for the donation.
Thank you.
BC Dave has become a member, baby. Oh, by the way, we added BC Dave to the MMAHoles.com. Congratulations to BC Dave being part of the team over here. So every time BC Dave is live and his channel, he shares a channel with someone else, I think it is. I should have the story again, but what the hell is the channel? The channel
Capper Comparison Picks.
Capper Comparison Picks. So he says he's going to be live. He's going to be live. He's got this guy over here. This guy looks like a smart Asian man. That's great. With a, look at this, like that America shirt on. Yeah, so they're going to be live right after the weigh-ins, apparently, breaking down the UFC 264 card. So if you want to check out any of the live streamers on this page over here, and welcome to the family over here, Capper Comparison Picks, go to the MMAHoles.com for all your info.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The Globe Touch.
He meant stadiums, not arenas. Fucking 50,000 seat arenas. Cowboys Stadium, Raiders Stadium, the Benz Stadium. If they go to Madison Square Garden in November, I'm on that shit.
Yeah, like for instance, you went to the Giant game. That was like 80,000 people fit in that stadium.
I'm aware of what they're talking about now.
Okay. Thank you, Glove Touch. Appreciate that. Okay. Let's get into the news. What do we got here?
All right. So announced the referee and judges for the Conor fight.
Okay. I know who the ref is, and then the headline is how much this guy's getting paid for the fight. That's what everyone's talking about.
Wait, what do you mean?
Herb's the ref, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And he is getting paid like $1,900 according to sources out
this
there.
article doesn't talk about how much he's getting paid.
And that is overshadowing everything. It's like, oh my God, Herb Dean is making $1,900.
Yeah, no, that's not what
it's like, who gives a
about.
fuck what he's making? Like, I don't know. Anyway, that all I see is people yelling and screaming about that. But go ahead.
All right, so the judges for this fight are going to be Sal D'Amato, Derek Cleary, and Junichiro Kumijo. I guess is how you pronounce his name. So no Adelaide Bird on this fight. But yes, you're right. Herbivore Dean is going to be the referee
now,
for Poirier Conor 3.
It's very fitting. Both fights were knockouts, correct?
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
So you're expecting Herb Dean to wait and run to them.
Hold on. Both fights were knockouts.
Yeah.
And who was the ref for both of those fights?
Was it Herb Dean?
Herb Dean. Yeah, it's only fitting. The third one, guaranteed knockout, because Herb Dean's reffing. Herb Dean's he's on it.
Okay. Bye, Moss.
Wait. All right, just bring her on. No. Just bring her on. What are we doing here? Anyway, yeah, so no Adelaide Bird. Huh? It's my job. There goes it. Anyone want to do news for us? Anyone? Yeah, so those are... let me look at the refs again, as I got completely sidetracked over here. So we know Herb Dean is the main event ref. And who's the other ones here? Let's see. Okay, here we go. Athletic Commission motion to approve Herb Dean as the third main inside the cage. The official trilogy between McGregor, let's see, Derek Clearly, and Junichiro. Oh, those are the judges. Oh, okay. What the fuck am I talking about here? Where's the other refs? Commission, Herb Dean, the third man inside the cage. Where the fuck is... Oh, here we go. No, that's not it. Oh, fucking A. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Jesse didn't read the whole thing. Dean will pocket $1,900 for the fight, while the judges will take home $1,600 each. So $1,600 for the judges. Each judge. Not a bad deal. For a night, you know? You get to sit and watch fights. So basically, you're sitting there watching fights. You jot down your scores, which we pretty much do already, right? Or we'll score in the fights ourselves. Oh, here's $1,600. What time is the presser tomorrow? I think they said 5 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you hit that notification bell. Cool shirt, guys. Sup, Moss and Jesse, Ellie. Hey, Carl. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Yeah, so $1,900 for Herbivore and $1,600. Oh, Mark Goddard and Jason Herzog will join Dean. All right, so Goddard and Herzog, all decent refs. I know Goddard's taking some heat, but for the most part, he's good. He just likes to touch the fighters a little too much. But for the most part, we're doing all right here. We're doing all right, so I like the refs. All right, I'm going to move into the next one. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to move into the next story. Of course. Oh, shit. All right, the MMA-Holes.com is where we're pulling the stories from. Ellie is trying to go to sleep. Jesse's trying to get Ellie to bed. So she just keeps on waking up. Yeah. Oh, shit. I turned BC Dave. Holy shit. Oh, my God.
Wonderful.
Wow. So you're picking McGregor, BC Dave? Is that the case? Damn. I brought you to the McGregor side. Well, enjoy the ride. Tomorrow's going to tell us a lot. Should rotate Mazzagatti and Yamasaki. All right. I'm down for that. Some carnage. All right. I'll see the next story over here, as we do have a lot of stories to get to. We're on the MMAHoles.com. Jesse put these stories on our community section, the chat room. Okay. Excellent work today. So here's Conor McGregor's tweet. I guess this is him working out now. Let's see what we got going on. We talked about the trash talk at the top of the show. There's Conor. And look at me, I'm praying. Oh, look at me, I'm praying and holding my breath. Look at me, I'm trying to do a split. Look at me on a bike. Look at me going on a bike some more. They put 2 bike pictures there to prove that his cardio is going to be impeccable for Saturday night. He's ready. Conor is ready to go. The sparring is over. Just working on that cardio, that flexibility, and then going to work on Dustin Poirier on the mic tomorrow night. So that's absolutely wonderful.
Wonderful.
What's this Conor McGregor after sharing DM's request from Dustin Poirier's wife? Okay. Let me know to the new people that jumped in. What do you think about that? Dustin Poirier, his poor wife getting dragged through the trash talk. As Conor McGregor, we'll show it over here, drops a DM, which I don't know if it's photoshopped or not. And like I said earlier, usually it shows what they're saying. Like it has what they're saying before you can accept, delete, or block. But apparently Jolie Poirier was sliding into Conor's DMs, and Conor releases it on Twitter. Her name is Jessie. Jessie, Isaiah, a.k.a. JBM, has seen their heads e-bike for cardio. You think he's using the e-bike? Her name is Ginger. Missed this. Isaiah, her name. What are we talking? What the fuck are you guys talking about? I must have missed something in the chat. I think hold on a second. I think they stopped the last fight early. Conor is still 1-0 against Dustin. Sincerely, O'Malley.
Wonderful.
I want an e-bike. They are nice for long distance trips, but decent ones start at $1,500. Yeah, we try to get an e-bike sponsor. We should jump back on that again. I would love to get an e-bike sponsor, especially over here in Arizona. They would much come in handy when, like, you're pedaling and then all of a sudden you're exhausted and it's blazing heat. So fakes is West Coast. Well, I mean, West Coast, it's tough. I don't know. I don't know I don't know what to think because you're definitely like super anti-Conor. So if you were unbiased, I might say, okay, it's an unbiased opinion, but I'm assuming you're just anti-McGregor, so I can't take it serious. New Conor interview on the Mac Life channel says Notorious. I got to check that out after the stream. And from what I'm hearing, has Conor even been on Embeddeds? I've only saw the first one, wasn't on it. McGregor, new interview, Mac Life. I'll check it out. No, now Moss, be obsessed with e-bikes. Get the same one, Conor Moss. We know you can afford it. I tried to get the e-bike. Was it last year? I did a whole. Yeah, he's new. He's too green to the MMA-Holes, man. This is old news. I got an e-scooter that occasionally I scoot around the neighborhood in. And I was on this like obsession over e-scooters and e-bikes, and e-bikes are too expensive, so I went with the scooter. So I got a little e-scooter. Come on, Drew. You got to at least go back into old streams or something like so you're not like fucking, you're not so behind on MMA-Holes trivia. 15 minutes ago on the Mac Life. All right, I'll check it out after the stream. I wish I could play it on air, but I can't. All right, let's get back into the news over here. Let's see what else we got. What else did Jesse pull? Conor McGregor, one of best ever if he beats Poirier Oliveira for the UFC title. The fuck kind of story is this? This is Dana White saying. So Conor McGregor, one of the best ever. One of best ever. Well, who don't they Bleacher Report? Shouldn't it be one of the best ever? One of best ever. If he beats Poirier Oliveira for UFC title, unless that's what Dana White, how he said it. Oh man, this is gonna start a backlash. Best ever if he beats Poirier. Well, you have to think, after being pummeled in the second round by Dustin Poirier, getting chopped down and humiliated. And if Conor can come back and pound Poirier's face into the mat, well, I mean, he's back. Saying he's one of the best ever, well, when you have a guy like Khabib Nurmagomedov still floating around, even though he's retired, you can't really say Conor McGregor is one of the best ever. Now, 145ers, I will take this to my grave. If Conor McGregor was chilling at 145 and smoking those guys, yeah, it's not even a question. He's the best at 145. I know you got Jose Aldo and Max Holloway, but I hate to break it to you, beat both of them. Beat fucking Aldo in 13 fucking seconds. So 145, yes. 155, no, let's pump the brakes, man. Now, the good news for the McGregor nut riders like myself is that Conor McGregor is only 32 years of age. And if he is indeed serious about this, which he looks like he is the way he's training, he separated himself from his freaking family, and he's going 100% in on this. If this guy puts on a spectacular performance Saturday night and makes some crazy-ass run and takes that title again, well, hey, we got something here. But a lot has to happen before we can say best ever. And I'm a big Conor fan, so let's pump the brakes. But let's be honest here. Conor McGregor in the UFC is the most exciting fighter in and out of the cage that the UFC has ever seen. I will say that. He is the complete package. The next story over here, I saw that. Okay, let's move. I don't know why these don't have pictures. They're not loading? Okay, so the site's not loading. Okay. Let's go to Sean O'Malley here. Oh, actually, hold on a second. Dustin Poirier reacts to Colby Covington. Okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's hopping all over the place. All right, so Dustin Poirier reacts to the Colby Covington. So Colby Covington released a video. I'll show it in a second. Okay, so apparently, let me pull it up.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, I'm going to pull up the video first. Look at this picture. You check this out. All right, Jesse's back with the baby. Welcome back, Jess. Welcome back.
Thanks.
You got to bear with us. We just had a child, and there's a lot of like direction changes mid-show that I got to fucking jump in and out of thought processes, so it might come across a little choppy here and there. Apologize for that, but go fuck yourself. All right, let's see what Colby Covington posted about Dustin Poirier. It's kind of old news, but Dustin Poirier's response is a day old, I guess. I don't know. Colby Covington. 2 days old, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, so he reacted to a video saying that's what happens in gyms during hard sparring, according to Damon Martin of MMA Fighting.
Here's the video. So the whole thing is Colby's saying Dustin Poirier is not as nice of a guy as he says he is. This guy here apparently is an amateur that came off the street or something.
Yeah.
And this is what Dustin does to him. Drops him. And then he said, and then like Dustin Poirier goes like, and still or something. Why does it say Colby Covington Inc. across this? Like, what the fuck?
He's watermarking all of his stuff so people can't take it, I guess.
Is he just, I don't know what he's doing.
Or trolling, maybe.
Yeah, like, and then he's got this crazy looking, anyway. So Dustin Poirier responds, and what does he say? As they pull up a shirt again.
Yeah, so Poirier said, that's why I kind of put that out there. I don't want people to think this is an amateur kid or something like that. That was a professional fighter. I mean, that's what happens in gyms during hard sparring, real sparring. There's times where you drill and train and stuff like that. There's times where you do hard sparring, and that was a hard sparring session. It is what it is.
Okay. So there's Dustin Poirier saying...
So it was a professional fighter, not an amateur.
Yeah, it's all fake news. What does that say about Colby Covington here?
I mean, he's just poking.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Roberto, how you doing, buddy?
Guys, I couldn't find that shirt with both of you guys. I got other stuff. I would love to have that shirt for my collection.
Yeah,
smiley face.
It'll be on the website tonight for sure. As soon as the show's over, I'll put it up. That's one thing I forgot to do. I knew I forgot to do something.
It's right under the video. It's literally, I don't know, is it on desktop? Hold on, let me see.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's just on mobile. Let's see. Let's see. Thank you, Roberto.
Swing for the fences, Fukum.
All right, so here's our video. I know it's underneath on mobile. Like if on the phone, you literally scroll down and you'll see all our shirts, our carousel. Let's see. Thank you, Roberto. Let's see. Yeah, so they don't do it on desktop? What the hell is that about? The fuck?
I don't know.
All right, so you can only do it on mobile. Yeah, we'll have it on our on the website as well. Or you can just click on the website on one of the images and it'll take you to our Teespring and it's there. But thank you, Roberto. Appreciate for your inquiry. All right, so you jumping in the chat?
Yeah. Drew Becker says he had it all figured out when he fought midgets. Drunk Sour says, I see it on my phone. Duke Chronic says he had headgear. Cheeto says Dustin always has that frown. Roberto Hernandez says, sup, Matt? P. Diz, what's up, blessed ones? Jason Heddleson says, yeah, that Poirier clip is BS. It was fine. Not sure why he was wearing headgear and the other guy wasn't, though.
That is a little weird. Now, was this during if it was during
training camp?
Yeah, if it was during a Dustin training camp, that's why. You know? It's not to protect. I mean, he's just, if he has a fight coming up, what are you going to do? You know? What are you going to do? But yeah, why celebrate? Why knock someone down and celebrate with headgear on? That's kind of effed. For shizzle.
Manizzle.
All right, let's see what else we got here in the news.
So Sean O'Malley's defending UFC 264 matchup with newcomer Chris Moutinho, saying he's not just a scrub like everybody.
Did he do it with Ronnie voice? Is that what he did?
Yeah.
He did do it with his Ronnie voice? Do it?
All right, let me pull this up since we don't have any pictures.
Yeah, I don't know why the pictures aren't working right now, but it's another thing I got to look into.
Okay.
All right. According to MMA junkies Mike Bone and Ken Hathaway, Las Vegas, Sean O'Malley doesn't think Chris Moutinho is getting enough credit as a legitimate opponent on short notice at UFC 264. O'Malley was originally slated to fight Louis Smolka in a bantamweight bout on Saturday's card, but was forced to withdraw and replaced by Moutinho, who will be making his octagon debut at the event at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. The main card airs on pay-per-view following prelims on ESPN and ESPN+. The matchup was met with criticism from a section of fans and media, mainly because a number of fighters who are established at 135 pounds offered to step in. O'Malley said he was ready to fight anyone, but his condition was that he had to be at bantamweight. Ricky Simón was the frontrunner initially, but O'Malley said it didn't come to fruition because he was overweight. He said, quote, they sent me a list of a couple guys, Simón being one of them. O'Malley told MMA Junkie at UFC 264 Media Day on Thursday, I told them I want to stay on the card. I have a great camp and my weight is trending towards a bantamweight fight. Find me someone that can make 35. They sent me a list of names. Simón was the toughest one on there and I picked him. They called me and said he can't make weight. I don't know if it was miscommunication that they put his name in there for 45. I told the UFC I was pretty clear that I want to fight at 35, so I don't know. There's a lot of people on Twitter that called me out that weren't on that list. I'm just happy I'm on the card at 35.
All right. So, yeah, I got to say this. I joke around a lot about Sean O'Malley, but I got to say his media scrum today was pretty good. He sounded like he's maturing a little bit. You know, it kind of changes when he does his podcast. I think he forgets he's doing a podcast, and he just says these things that are just, they're so childish. It's crazy. He was talking about, and then he was talking about how he wants to pull a 10 after the fight. So his
Pull a 10?
his girlfriend / baby mama,
Oh, I
Danny,
remember that. Yeah.
is the one that does his hair and his baby mama. He's like, I'm gonna bring Danny to the club. We're gonna pick up a 10 and then bring her home. Like that's the goal of. I'm like, what? I mean,
They're
good on
into-
you.
They're into kinky stuff.
But
Mom.
it's just like, what the fuck is going on with this dude, right? Anyway, he's just having a good time, whatever. Here's the thing with Sean O'Malley. No matter what happens, he's always going to be interesting to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not a Sean O'Malley fan, and you would think I would be being a Conor fan, but I feel like they're apples and oranges. I feel like what Conor has done, his trash talk, his rise, the whole thing was so much fun. With Sean O'Malley, he's a novelty. Very good fighter, very good striker, and you know what? If he keeps on going on this trajectory, he's still fairly young, he could be a champion with that striking that he has. Very possible if the UFC plays their cards right with him, right? So even if he loses this fight, he's still going to be interesting. I'm still going to want to see Sean O'Malley fight. He still interests me.
Yeah.
I want to see Chris Moutinho win this thing. I want to see him come in there from a quick turnaround fight in CFFC, which was 1 month and a week ago. He's got some goofy hair. He's got some wrestling. He will shock the fucking world if he wins this fight. I would like to see him get a shot. Also, we've seen him in the regional scene, you know, and we never really paid any attention to the guy. I got to be honest with you, we were selling shirts while this guy was fighting. Like, we didn't even pay attention. Like, oh, he's fighting. Okay, cool. The one time he really got on my radar, though, is when we weren't at his fight, and it was this Sheik Ajim fight. This fight over here really got my attention when we was speaking about this before. I think Ashik's pretty good. And he finished him in CES 8 months ago. So let's see what happens. Who are you pulling for in this fight?
Obviously, Chris Moutinho.
Okay.
No doubt about it. Listen, Sean O'Malley, I get it. I understand the marketability. I understand the draw and why people are on the O'Malley train and everything. I was on the O'Malley train before the whole ankle thing. So I get it. But I'm kind of with you. Like, I kind of just want to see Chris Moutinho get this huge opportunity and succeed at it, you know?
Me too. Myself included. Now, I got to ask the chat here. Who are you rooting for? Now, who's going to win? I think we all pretty much, if we were going to bet on this fight, I think a lot of us would probably pick Sean O'Malley. He's a minus 900, huge favorite in this thing. But who are you rooting for? I'm just curious because I know there's some Sugar fans out there. Let's see what you got. Who are you cheering for on Saturday night?
Peter says, I've never been on the O'Malley train. He's fishy, but yet I have him winning. I'm sure a lot of people do, even if you're not on the O'Malley train, to be quite honest. Demo says Dustin will fall, Conor will dominate. Jason says only Jake Paul fans like O'Malley. Pui says rooting for Chris underdog. Chris says Anthony Hallberg. Kainoda has Chris. O'Malley's gonna win, says Drunk Savage. P. Diz says Moss. Chris isn't no Terrence McKinney. And Teenager says Jason Hedelson. Brandon Lewis says O'Malley is a minus 1,000 favorite, massive upset if Chris wins. Mike Biggs says Sugar Show. Manny C. Connor. Kevin from Chicago say P-Head Jess. P-Head. King of the Dead says I got Sean. Uncle Mark says not Sugar. Sponge Boy Me Bob, I don't like him to be honest. Green Rookie says Duke Chronic. Peters says Dustin Time. David Yang says Connor Easy. Holy Fox says Dustin P Head. Call Me Four says Def want to see Sugar lose, but other guy looks shitty. Adam Miller says Sugar Show Yo Yo. Isaiah Daughtry says Connor KO's double penetration first round. Joe B has Fook O'Malley. Bingo Lombardi says Sugar is the best. King of the Dead says and Fook Jake Paul. Shanks says Jesse, please give us one. It's Khabib time. It's Khabib time. Bingo Lombardi says haters in here. Michael O'Brien, Connor was scary in Mac Life interview. Cheeto says I haven't ever rooted for Sugar, but I am this time.
Cheetos, I saw you get banned in James Lynch's chat. I popped in
What
there.
did he do?
I popped into James Lynch's chat.
I feel like a lot of people get banned in James
Yeah,
Lynch's
James,
chat,
listen,
though.
you don't play in his chat. That dude's like, you're out of here. Yeah, you're out of here. You're out of here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, James don't play. But I saw I was laughing. I'm like, I've seen that name before.
What did he say? What did he do to
I
get
don't
banned?
know. He's just like, you're gone. Or he said you made it. I don't know what he said.
He probably
I'm sure it wasn't even that
criticized
bad.
an opinion or something.
But that's just how he wants to run his chat, man. He runs a tight ship. I don't know why you would ban your supporters. Like I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe he said something horrible. Maybe he's like, I hope your family dies in a fire or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I've seen him ban people for
Wait,
not
Kevin
so horrible
says
things.
he banned him too.
Yeah. I feel like if you have
What?
an opinion that's different and you are very vocal about your opposite
wild,
opinion,
man.
then it's like.
Why is he, I wonder why he did. We got to
to
ask him that next time we talk to him. We got to ask him what
I
that
think
about.
some people just get triggered easier than others, I guess.
I do notice that he does.
He does get triggered
Yeah,
pretty
he
quick.
don't. He listen. He's not there to play games.
I guess.
You listen, and if you disagree, you're out of here. You're out of here. I don't know. That's pretty funny. He should make that his bit, though. Like, Felony doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But Felony does it in a funny way.
Yeah.
Felony's hilarious.
I don't want to go too, because James Lynch is a friend of the show, but I do think he bans people a little too much. I'm not going to lie.
Everyone
like maybe ease up on the ban button a little bit.
It's kind of crazy. A lot of people are jumping in the chat saying everyone watched the Mac Life interview. I wish we could air it here, but we probably get slammed with that. Let me see. How long is this thing? I mean, we can listen with the volume off and then say what's happening. Like, we could, but I don't know how fun that would be.
Yeah.
Like, anything that we fucking show over here,
yeah,
we get nailed for left and right. Let's see. So Conor actually, here it is. So it is it's only a 4-minute video.
You can always link it to the website so people can see it.
Yeah, it's a 4-minute video.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna put it up. Let's see.
Well, you can't put it up. Oh, you're putting it on the website?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to put it on? You're probably better than me at that.
No, you've got it open. I don't have it open.
I know, but I don't want to put.
All right, do it later. Don't do it right. You don't have to do it right now. It's not necessary.
Oh, fucking shit. I'm putting it on. Well, Conor looking good. Look at Conor, Jesse. Hold on, I can show it still. Look at this man, Jesse. Look at this man. This man is dressed to impress. Look at him, Jesse. He's got this ferret interviewing him. Like, he's got it. The Mac Life has a ferret doing the interviews, apparently. That's pretty cool, man. Ferret man. Look at Conor. He's looking him dead in the eyes. This man's ready.
Mm-hmm.
This man's ready for war.
He always has that look, though, in fairness.
He is ready for war. All right, help me out in the chat, since we can't really... I mean, it's only 4 minutes. We should be able to... Not show it. No, I'm saying we should be able to
play
fucking...
the sound. You can't do the sound either.
Maybe play it on your computer, and we'll say, okay, this is what he's saying.
It's okay.
Okay, yeah.
You can post it to the website.
Hold on, I'll play it on my phone. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We're gonna play. It's only 4 minutes. All right, let's. Everyone's raving about this interview. It's only 4 minutes long. Okay, it's different. He is coming for blood, says Anthony. I sent a super chat about the interview. Okay, hold on a second. Let's catch up on those while I pull this video up.
Super chat.
Thank you for the reminder, my man. Michael.
The Mac Life interview posted was 4 minutes. McGregor was cold and looked scary focused.
Okay.
Very 2015 vibes from his attitude.
Oh, I'm fired up.
It's a slaughtering Saturday.
Oh, I'm fired up. Oh.
Skip it up. At the merchandise, limited edition merchandise. Got the merchandise, limited edition merchandise. Got the merchandise, limited edition merchandise. What? Got the merchandise.
So someone anonymously just bought our brand new tank top. Thank you, whoever that was. Think like an MMA hole right under this video on your cell phone. If you look at that little carousel, we drop brand new shirts and tank tops. Think like an MMA hole. And thank you for being wonderful.
Wonderful.
Wow, Jesse. Look, they're flying off the shelves.
Yeah.
All right, let's catch up on the donos and we'll listen to this video.
Wonderful.
Chubs.
Sean O'Malley saying he didn't fight a top fighter because they didn't offer him one. Nothing stops the other fighters from calling out top guys, and if there's buzz they get the fight. He's being protected and he's happy with it.
Yeah, I think he is being. He only wanted to fight at 135. Some people say, well, I'll fight at 145. It's like, nope. I don't blame Sean for doing that. And I don't blame the UFC. Honestly, don't blame the UFC for protecting Sean O'Malley. He's a guy that has potential to be another cash cow. It seems like Sean O'Malley's branding. He is doing what I wish other fighters would do. He is growing a community through his merch, through his gaming. I mean, fighters don't have to game, but there are other ways to market yourself outside the UFC. And then when he fights in the UFC, there's a huge buzz. He's got his whole crew. He's got the curious casuals out there and the hardcore fans like, hey, what is this kid going to do? That's what fighters got to do. They got to get out there. I mean, I've criticized Sean O'Malley a lot, for being a knucklehead, but he's a pretty decent businessman. So I get why he's fighting Moutinho at 135. Although
super chat.
It is dangerous. You don't want to lose to
Conor
that guy.
sounds scary on the Mac Life interview.
Okay, listen. So, Terrell, thank you very much. Chubbs, Michael O'Brien, Roberto, the Glove Touch, everyone that donated. Thank you so much tonight. You sexy son of a bitches. You're all wonderful, wonderful. Thank you to everyone that hit the like button. We're looking for 200 likes. If you are an MMA hole or want to be an MMA hole, because I don't know if you're quite an MMA hole yet. I got to think about it. But if you want to be wonderful, wonderful, hit that like button and catapult us to 200 likes. That's what we're looking to do. Right, Felony? Little Felony hanging out. All right, so this is a 4-minute interview. So what I'm going to do is this. I can't play it. It's on the Mac Life if you want to watch and listen for yourself. But I'm gonna play it on my phone here, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. It's the ferret talk. I'm just focused. I'm keeping my enemy in a... They're asking if that's the mindset. Is Dustin an enemy? And he says for sure.
It's a corpse. What exactly is that? Do you feel he's changed?
What do you say? He's a corpse? Hold on.
Is that the mindset? Enemy going into this? Yeah, for sure. Corpse. It's a corpse. What exactly?
He says Dustin is a corpse.
Is that? Do you feel he's changed since before the fight in January? Do you think he's changed? To be honest, it's just how we am. He's a corpse, a dead body, a blank face. It's gonna get his ass whooped and took out on a stretcher.
He says he's a dead body that's about to get his ass whooped and taken out on a stretcher.
When you finished the fight in January, you came back to the post-fight press conference, and I was quite surprised that you'd already dissected the fight. You'd already seen things that he'd done that you hadn't done. Since January, what have you learned about that fight? That's what I always do.
They're asking what he learned about the fight in January. I'm going to listen.
Analyze the fight, win, lose or draw, and get back to the drawing board, improve the what, the do's, the don'ts, what worked, what didn't.
He's going to analyze the fight, yada, yada, yada. That's what he does. This is my bread and butter.
What did have to change? What were the adjustments you felt needed to be made? Just, focus on mixed martial arts first of all. It was an 85% camp.
Okay. So he says the adjustments are just focus on mixed martial arts. He said it was an 85% camp. This time he's 100% in. Now, it's the big criticism that I had for Conor in his last fight. Trotting the family around, it looks good for the publicity, but you're going in there literally looking to take out your opponent in a fist fight, a foot fight, a cage fight. You can't be trotting your family around the way he was. Like, you could bring your family around and succeed, but he did it on another level where the kid was signing autographs on the poster. Every interview that he did, kids are yelling and screaming in the background. And it could be, as much as I love my family, I could see how, with just one child, how much it could be a distraction. I've done Instagram Lives where I'm talking to people, and baby Ellie's like, I want in on this thing, and she's just a little infant. It's distracting. It's tough. So I could see how it could be a problem. I'm curious to see how it turns out this Saturday. Now he's talking about the charity that was supposed to happen with Poirier.
And that's it, it went the way it went, and got a setback in there, but that's, setbacks are a beautiful thing, Defeat is the secret ingredient to success.
Defeat is the secret ingredient to success. That is a line that came out of Conor McGregor on the Mac Life. I'm watching this here. I cannot show it or play the audio just because we know how YouTube works. Let me play that quote again here.
And that's it, it went the way it went, and, got a setback in there, but that's, setbacks are a beautiful thing, Defeat is the secret ingredient to success.
Defeat is the secret ingredient to success. You learn, right? You win or you learn. That's what people say.
I say, it's put me right where I need to be. This fight reminds me of the Nate Diaz fight, the second one,
They're comparing us to the Nate Diaz fight. Let's see what he says.
Is this where you thrive, where it's for all the marbles? The only difference between the Nate Diaz fight and this fight is...
It's all right. It's like mumbled in the background, so it's not too bad. But if you could hear it a little bit, that's fine.
Every shot I have thrown in this camp is a kill shot. So,
He's kill shots in the camp.
You said post-fight you want to find it. Did you find the bounce? Have you got the bounce back, or have you found a whole new says he thinks it's going to be the biggest pay-per-view of all time. Do you think that? Do you feel?
Talking about Dana White saying it's going to be the biggest pay-per-view of all time.
Yeah, is this one of those special fights that grabs the attention? Always is. You know, when the mic is in hell. Is it nice to be back in Vegas for that? It's so good to be back in Las Vegas. So good to be back in the United States.
Good to be back in Vegas.
I love this place. It's very beautiful.
All right, so I am 2 minutes and 25 seconds into a 4:05 interview with Conor McGregor on the Mac Life. I'm not getting too much. It does look like he is focused. It looks like he has made the appropriate adjustments according to what the critics say. So let's see how he finishes this thing.
Back, boost the economy here in Las Vegas once again.
Boosting the economy in Las Vegas with this event.
Is this one of those fights where it's kind of exciting because, I feel like anytime you compete, everyone's asking questions, well, this one and then this one and then this. Is this nice to be like, I don't need to worry about any of that. I just got this guy on Saturday. Yeah, but like I said, it's a dead body to me.
Talking about the dead body again.
Yeah, that Allegiant Stadium is where we're heading. I feel maybe Christmas time, December. I don't know. I'll talk afterwards. But that world title will be contested in the Allegiant Stadium.
Allegiant Stadium, world title contested there. So Conor's already setting his eyes on a bigger venue for his following fight.
I imagine so. I like the look of it. It's called the Death Star as well. That's what I'm feeling like right now. A Death Star. Would it be right in saying that you'd be the 12 lightweight title?
I think he just said he feels like a Death Star. And how did that work out for the Death Star? Did he say Death Star? What the fuck?
That world title will be contested in the Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. I would imagine so. I like the look of it. It's called the Death Star as well. That's what I'm feeling like right now. A Death Star. Would it be right in saying that you'd be the 12th lightweight title holder if you defeated Oliveira? I'll be the 12th lightweight title holder. This is my 12th.
12th? All right, so here we go with the numbers thing. If he beats Oliveira, he'd be the 12th lightweight title holder with the whole number 12 situation.
This Saturday, and I'm aiming for my 20th mixed martial arts knockout.
He's looking for his 20th mixed martial arts knockout. So you got the proper 12 and the 20th mixed martial arts knockout that he's looking for.
Have you noticed the number 12 just reoccurring?
Now they're talking about the number 12 reoccurring.
Again, is it funny every time a new occurrence happens? It is. It's everywhere. You know what I mean? Proper 12 is everywhere. It's like damn fine whiskey.
Now here comes the commercial for proper 12.
Very proud of it. You're always known for your predictions. You keep saying kill.
Here comes the prediction.
This fight, how does it play out? It seems.
How's it play out?
On your mind, but how does it play out in that case? Just a slog, play with a scared little boy. You know what I mean? He's fighting scared like he always does, like they always do against me. So now I'm gonna play with the little boy.
He says he's going to play with the scared little boy, Dustin Poirier. Scared little boy. So I think he's trying to back up. That first round in the rematch fight, 346 into a 405 interview, the thing's winding down. The first fight, I think Dustin Poirier was in over his head. I really do. Like before the fight, his head wasn't all there, and he did. He looked like he just wasn't in the game, in the fight. In the second one, once Dustin got out of that first round, which I believe he lost, but he had the success with the leg kicks. He did crack Conor a couple of times. He had the shoulder strike. He had the takedown. So there were moments where Poirier had to say, okay, that's a win. I got out of the first round. Everyone says Conor first round, Conor first round. I shook that off. Now I can try to build a momentum here. First round is going to be very interesting. Is Conor going to go, balls to the wall, go after him, look for the finish quick like he's done in previous attempts? Or is he going to do the DIAZ approach where he's going to fight a lot more smart, more technical? Will he return the favor with the leg kicks? Will he go for a takedown or some shit? Like what's going to happen here? I'm feeling in my heart of hearts that we're going to see the hoppy Conor again. I do think we're going to see that light on their feet, Conor McGregor, where he's in and out, bang out kicks. Like I think that's what we're going to see. But who knows? Who knows anymore? Okay, so that's the end of the interview. All right. Okay, so everyone was raving. If you just jump it in, everyone's like, you got to watch the Conor McGregor interview on the Mac Life. Okay. A couple of things I could take out of it, but I have to be completely honest with you. There's really not much. I feel tomorrow night is going to be very telling. The press conference that we're going to react to here on this channel, the MMA Holes Live. That is where we're going to be glued to every word. Now we're going to play the audio tomorrow night. We're going to be doing a live on this channel. We're going to give you our live reaction, our commentary on what we think pre and post the press conference, and during the press conference we'll have the audio. So make sure you subscribe and tune in tomorrow, Thursday. I think it's at 5 p.m. Eastern time, but once the stream is scheduled, make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when we're live at all times. Fukin press conference, baby, says Uncle Mark. Yeah, man, I'm pumped. Conor McGregor, listen, I would say 75% of the time, the press conferences have been great. They've been wonderful. Wonderful. But there have been some blips. The last one and the Cowboy one, not so much. The Khabib one made you scratch your freaking head. It was interesting. I'll give it that. It was interesting, but it made you scratch your head on his approach. But everything else has been gold. And I'm hoping tomorrow night we get gold again. I'm hoping we get that laser-focused Conor where he doesn't go too far like he did with Khabib, but he goes smart and tries to penetrate the brain of Dustin Poirier. And it's going to be interesting to see Dustin's reaction to how Conor approaches this press conference. Does Dustin go back at him, or does Dustin just do what he does? It's going to be very, very interesting. But from this interview over here, honestly, I see a guy that seems focused, seems very prepared, but it's not enough. I can't really pull from this interview and say, okay, I saw this. That makes me, I'm still going with my Conor knockout third round. I'm going with my gut. I'm going with what I've seen before in his previous Instagram lives and stuff like that. Pull that information here. I don't know if I have enough information, to be honest with you. Let's see what the chat thinks about the Conor McGregor Mac Life situation. What if Sugar breaks his foot again? That would be something else. It's not going to be rigged. No chance of Skinny Claw. Dustin should take the Leprechaun down. He did in the first fight. Let's see if he tries it again. I wouldn't be surprised if he does try to go back down that road. He is night and day from last 3 fights. Totally different, says Anthony Halberg. Jonathan got this cartwheel. Surprised bearded man. I must ask you a question. Why are you a Conor fan? Just asking honestly first. I mean, I guess, yeah, you're newer, right? So you don't know. So it all started right when he was about to get into the UFC. This Cage Warrior buzz. I didn't really know much about Cage Warrior, but at that time of me watching the UFC, I liked looking for new guys. I was always looking. I was like, all right, who's going to be the next guy? Who's going to be the next guy? There was this buzz about Conor. I didn't really know much about him. And when he first came into the UFC, I remember being like, all right, we got something interesting here. He had the look. He had a specific look to him. Kind of felt like a Viking, but he was Irish. Had the weird-ass hair tied back and shit like that. Like, he had this stance and this bravado. There was something interesting about the guy. What really sold me was, who was he fighting that I ran to my parents' house? It was the one in Ireland. Who was his fight in Ireland? Was that the Brimage fight? I think that was the Brimage fight, if I'm not mistaken. His Ireland fight, where that place was fucking out of control. And that might have been his first one. I can't remember. All I remember is he fought in Ireland. Oh, it was Brandao. Thank you, Moronic Angie. It was Brandao. That's right. And I was like, Brandao at the time, I thought was fairly tough for a guy that's just like pretty much coming to the UFC. Brandao was a tough dude in the Ultimate Fighter, the whole deal. And I remember going to my parents' barbecue and being in their backyard, and this is before the MMA-Holes. And I said to him, I'm like, does someone have a way where I can just stream this fight? I remember we pulled up a computer, and I'm in the backyard, no one gave a fuck, and I'm watching this thing, and boom, he makes quick work. And I'm like, all right, I'm interested. I'm interested in this guy. He just slowly rose, and my interest started to rise more and more. By the time he was fighting Poirier, I was running around to all my friends and saying, let's watch this guy fight. No one gave a fuck about him in my group of friends. No one cared. Everyone was just like, yeah, who is this clown? That's what a lot of people, and a lot of people still think that. The ability to predict and then achieve, believe and achieve, was bigger than actually what he was doing in the cage. The way he was able to market himself as a businessman, on top of the fighting aspect, the way he was able to sell a fight and then all of a sudden make things happen in the cage that he said was going to happen. Could have been coincidence. Who knows? The way he was able to break down the mind of an opponent before the fight. You felt he already won before they even stepped in the cage. The Mystic Mac days, Mike Briggs. There was something about that was infectious. And I, at that time, took into my own life pieces of what Conor McGregor did. I actually would watch this guy and say, look, this guy was a fucking plumber. This guy was a nobody. And he believed, he talked his way into things. When I was younger, I used to DJ with my buddy V-Neck parties that we had no business DJing. Why? Because we talked our way into it. We DJ'd the SNL 40th anniversary party. We DJ'd something for Kevin Spacey, Gotham Magazine. We DJ'd Chris Weidman, Wonderboy. I mean, not DJ'd that party. I'm sorry. I did the video for that party. Had no business doing the video. So any footage that you see during the Chris Weidman Gotham, I shot it. So, I mean, everything that I picked up off of him, I said, hey, listen, you know what? If I believe I could do it, I'm going to do it. I was DJing yachts and shit, like boat parties around Manhattan and shit like that. I wasn't that great of a DJ. But I made people believe I was. And then I took from that and started this podcast with my buddies and used his bravado, this character. I pulled it all from Conor. I got inspired by what he was doing in the UFC. And I said, hey, man, that shit works. You were a DJ, could never tell that, says Duke Chronic. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not. But, okay. Yeah, so, I mean, everything I did, it was just weird. I said, this guy from nothing went to the top of the top. He said he was going to get in the UFC, win 2 titles, which I was like, this guy's crazy. And then he does it. Nuts. It was completely nuts. So, listen, I understand why people don't like Conor McGregor. I get it. Because, one, he doesn't, outside of the cage, he doesn't walk around as a good role model for kids, right? Maybe people don't like the trash talk of Conor McGregor. And I'm fine with that. Some people like a classy guy, right? Some people like, the athlete that's clean cut, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. But I feel ever since Conor got into the sport, and even to this moment, I'm going to ride or die with this guy. Because not for nothing, more than what he's done in the UFC has affected my life. So that's where I stand. No matter what, win or lose, you're going to see me ride with Conor. Because honestly, what he has done is incredibly impressive. And I think people should pull the positive out of what people do out there. The positive. Take inspiration. Instead of throw shade around and criticize people for accomplishing things, pull from it. Learn from what other people do. Because the next thing you know, maybe you'll be running a podcast. Maybe you'll be successful. Maybe you'll be getting sponsors. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you'll have the things that you dream about. Maybe you'll become an MMA fighter. I don't know. Can't lie, feel the same way with Izzy. There you go. Says P. Diz. There you go. Pull from certain situations in life. Be inspired. Musicians are inspired by other musicians. So think about it. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt to find something to be inspired by and then make something of it with yourself. There's my inspirational moment of the show. And now everyone can go suck a dick. Oh! We got another shirt! Another shirt is born! Wonderful, wonderful!
At the merchandise! Limited edition merchandise! Got the merchandise! Limited edition merchandise!
Yeah!
Got the merchandise! Limited edition merchandise! Got the merchandise!
Whoa! This fucking wonderful, wonderful. Let's go, Conor! Wow. The merch is flying off the shelves tonight. If you want to get some merch, you want to be an MMA, be proud of being part of this community. We got the #1 show the #1 community in the world. We got that shirt as well. All down below. Go check it out. Thank you. Appreciate that. This is the first time that I ever even told that story about Conor. This is the first time I ever really dove deep and let you guys know. I've always been a Conor fan from the very beginning, But I mean, listen, there's more to it. It's a little deeper. Wow, look at that. The wonderful, wonderful shirt coming in. Shout out to the donations. Chubbs with a donation.
Wonderful, wonderful.
What we got, Chubbs?
He's a corpse, a dead body, a blank face, who's going to get his ass whooped and taken out on a stretcher. I got to say I believe him. I think he was embarrassed and he's pissed off about it.
He does look like he is very, very serious. You don't see any pacifiers or sippy cups in this interview over here. You see a man with a perfectly put together suit. You see a man that's ready for war. Now the question is, how ready is Dustin going to be on Saturday night? Fucking tomorrow night, the press conference is going to be mesmerizing, as I am dying to see how this thing is going to turn out. How is Dustin Poirier going to react? Will he feel like he's back in 2014? Tomorrow night's going to be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Justin Jr. reloaded.
On the 4th of July in Queens, New York, a man named Joey Chestnut set the record by eating 51 hot dogs. And users in Las Vegas on July 4th, an adult entertainer named Candy Samples also set a record for swallowing meat. Chris, weren't you on Dave Attell's show?
Was I on Dave Attell's show? No, I during my prom, though, I did see Dave Attell. He was doing stand-up at a comedy place. Thank you. I don't know where that came from. That was
super chat.
A thief.
Why is there only one press conference and not more?
So I think Afif is asking why, not just a press conference, you're asking why is there not more interviews with Conor McGregor? This happened from when Conor took his first L. When he took the L against Nate Diaz in UFC 196, he made it very clear to the UFC and Dana White that he wants to pump the brakes on doing all the media. Because here's the problem. I think the media can catch up with all the fighters. I think a lot of fighters can have issues with trying to cut weight and focus on their opponent, and then they got to be dragged around and do all this crazy stuff. But Conor's already done all that shit to the 100th level. Like the guy he's on when he leaves a place, it just swarms with people. Check this out over here. Like it's just too much. So I think when it comes to a guy like Conor McGregor, he gets a little bit special privileges. The UFC says, okay, hey, listen, when you sell 1 million pay-per-views, guarantee 1 million pay-per-view buys, and they're saying 2 million this time. When you have the ability to do that for the UFC and sell out a stadium in no time, an arena, I should say, in no time, the UFC will bend. You don't have to do media because you're guaranteeing it. And this is why when people like John Jones or Francis Ngannou say they want more money or they want this and that, the UFC doesn't bend. Why? You got to sell 2 million pay-per-view buys. That's how it works. It's business.
Conor McGregor.
Oh my God, what's fucking with this noise? All right, so here's Conor. Look at this. People, look at this. This is what this guy brings, man. The guy is a fucking superstar. Say what you will, man. Is he the greatest fighter of all time? No, he's not. But the combined package of Conor McGregor, no one in the UFC has done it better. You want to debate the Ali thing? We can do that. It's fine. But you can't debate that anyone that's ever stepped foot inside an octagon, not Brock Lesnar, not Ronda Rousey, not Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, whoever you want to throw out there, no one has done what Conor's done. Did the Lightning win? Damn, man. Montreal got fucking killed. Damn, 1-0. So the last game went to overtime, and then Tampa Bay defeats the Montreal Canadiens 1-0. So congratulations to the back-to-back Tampa Bay Lightning champs. My God.
Wonderful.
That's
wonderful.
crazy. If anyone is a fucking hockey fan. Chris Moutinho flying under the radar, says Tom Abbott's diary. I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. Because honestly, that'd be something else, man. If Chris Moutinho could beat Sean O'Malley, that'd be amazing. I got the total package, yeah. Do you think this will sell more pay-per-views than Khabib McGregor? No, I don't. I don't even think it hits 2 mil. Maybe it will. Maybe it will because it is the first fight back. It's going to be close. But I mean, think about it. Anything 1 million and up is just insane. It's an incredible number. You look at UFC pay-per-view buys. Good old Tapology. I tell you what, Tapology is great. They do a good job. It's simple and to the point. Love it. All right, so let's see. The Mayweather McGregor and the Pacquiao thing, incredible, right? Mayweather Canelo, UFC 229, 2,400,000. You have to, I mean, if you have Khabib involved, yes. It's easy to make that 2 mil. McGregor Poirier 2, this is incredible, man. 1,600,000. It's just insane. Because Dustin Poirier is just not a draw. It's insane. I guess because they are running this back, this might be able to make 2 mil. I don't think it breaks the Khabib McGregor. Does anyone in the chat thinks it breaks Khabib and McGregor? Man, oh man. Mayweather sold more than Conor. Well, you got to remember. First of all, Floyd Mayweather is the fucking GOAT. 50-0, the whole deal, right? Before that, he fights Manny Pacquiao, a fight that everyone and their mother wanted to see. Now, the shame about this was it was way past when they should have really fought. It wasn't really that great of a fight, to be honest with you. But come on. Stop it. You got Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Are you really comparing that? And think about this. If Mayweather versus Pacquiao is 4,600,000, right? And Conor McGregor somehow does it in the UFC with Khabib. I mean, no, I'm sorry. Excuse me. 229. Yes, there it is. 2,400,000, right? Just the UFC. That's fucking crazy, man. That they even got that number. That they're number 3 on this list. It's nuts. It's fucking nuts, man. I'm telling you, in time, you're going to see these numbers go to the point where boxing is going to be the low one. And the UFC is going to run right past them. Now, you do need guys like Conor McGregor, though. Because when you look at this here, you know, it gets a little weird. Man, Mayweather Canelo back in the day. I got some pretty decent numbers. Man, Floyd Mayweather. Something else. You need a superstar. Boxing needs it too. You just need that mega personality on top of skill. But if you think about it, when you think about skill between Mayweather and Conor, it's not even close, right? Floyd Mayweather, what he's done in boxing is not even close. So the businessman that Conor McGregor is, with not nearly the resume of a Floyd Mayweather, yet making this kind of money, it's insane that he was able to pull this off and get the 2 belts, get people's attention, sell fights. It's wild, man. People have to look at what McGregor did. Sean O'Malley admitted to it today in the media scrums that he's pulled from McGregor. You know, a lot of people have criticized him and said, oh, you like McGregor, this and that. But as a businessman, how could you not? How could you not? You got to do it. Even Colby Covington running around with his fucking suits and sunglasses, the whole deal. Like, you know, you just got to do it if you want to make the big bucks. But credit to Poirier, man. Poirier's latched on to McGregor here. Doesn't really have to say much. And is going to get paid very handsomely on Thursday and has a chance to shut a lot of the McGregor fans up finally on Saturday night.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Conor McGregor once said, "You're ripped, you're inbred hillbilly. Why do you wink with your ears, you fucking brain-dead hillbilly?" I felt that. How the fuck do you wink with your ears?
That was a Conor McGregor quote. That's correct. Man, I am pumped up. We got 250 people hanging
with the boys.
With the boys tonight. I want to give a shout out over here on our Instagram. Now, listen, if you don't follow us on Instagram at the MMA-Holes, you also can suck a dick, okay? And maybe you like to do that, it's fine. But follow us at the MMA-Holes because we randomly go live. And when we go live here on Instagram, we're bringing you in. We're bringing you into the streams. Now, Vlad over here. This is actually kind of cool. Oh, shit. Is the video gone? I was going to play Saman's video. Oh, it's gone. Oh, here's Phil Starr. Shout out to Phil Starr with the mug and the hat. The MMA-Holes. People buying the swag, loving it. All right, let's give a shout out to Vlad. Look at this. This is in... this is the Bulgarian cowboy.
Came to me. I was like, okay, let me in. And he said, you are partnered with MMA-Holes. I said, yeah. And he said, but we all know about MMA-Holes. We are very big fans of them. We can't follow them because of a time difference zone, but they are all subscribed to the MMA-Holes and they know everything about them. And they're like, you know, they were pretty much happy. They were pretty much happy back then.
In Bulgaria.
And, everybody who came towards me to ink any item. I inked one of my t-shirts to one of my greatest fans who gave me this. You can find on Instagram. You can find a video on Instagram when I inked. But the point is, everybody were mentioning the MMA-Holes. And
Whoa, easy with the music. Anyway, there's Vlad in Bulgaria, and people are mentioning the MMA-Holes in Bulgaria. Think about this. Worldwide domination here on this channel. Fucking killing it. You can check out Vlad's channel. That'd actually be a cool name for a channel. The channel. Vlad on the MMAHoles.com. He's UFC celebrities and classics. Go give him a subscribe over there. Bringing some, we're making some friends on the MMAHoles.com. Trying to help some people out and just do some shit. I want to show one more video here. Let me pull this up. We got some more news to get to as well. I don't know what the hell Ellie's at. I guess Ellie's still up. What else we got here? Let's see if I can pull this up. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So, even in, I say Iran, or Iran. I don't know how you say it. Iran, right? I say Iran, but it's Iran. I think that's how you say it. But check this out, man. You come in on at the MMA-Holes on Instagram, and we're hanging out in Iran with Seaman. Seaman in Iran hanging out with us.
Learning English, but yeah, that's all I got.
And I have
that's pretty awesome.
And I have no shirt on too. You might catch me with no shirt on.
Let me say this, all joking aside. The fact that we have people from all over the world, Iran, hanging with the MMA-Holes. This is wonderful.
Hanging with the boys.
I gotta record this shit. Let me see if I can. Hold on. I'll show this on air. Hold on a second. We just gotta have a baby be quiet in the background. Let's see.
No, she's really cute, though. She's really cute.
Thank you. I need you to yell say MMA-Holes hanging with the boys.
Okay. Say 1, 2, 3, then I have to.
Okay, ready? Hold on a second. The baby's she's startling. She doesn't like people from Iran, apparently. She's an asshole kid. Anyway, all right, ready? Here we go. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
MMA-Holes hanging with the boys. Learning English, but
hanging with the boys.
Iran's hanging with the boys. Bulgaria's hanging with the boys. Where are you from in the chat? Are you hanging with the boys?
Hanging with the boys.
And you got Ellie screaming in the background. She's racist against Iran. Hanging with the boys in the chat. That did look pretty yummy though, the food. I got people from Brazil. Fook, yeah. Awesome sauce is Call Me X. Force X. I'm trying not to jack off. I've only jacked off a couple of times to that video. Hanging with the boys. Can you hung in Iran? If you're not careful. When the hell was the last time you were in Iran? How do you know? Although, fun fact, he did get hung after that video. UK in the house, MMA-Holes. Midgard in the house. Isn't Midgard like... Is that, in like Game of Thrones? Tennessee in the house. Brazil in the house. Ireland in the house. Parts unknown hanging with the boys is VCR repairman. I could use a good VCR repairman. Ole, ole, ole in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Got Pensacola, Florida hanging with the boys.
Who the fuck is that?
That's Jason Pitts, man. It's Jason Pitts.
Hanging with the boys.
Barbecue is king in Texas. Jamaica. Jamaica me horny. Midgard is Norse. Oh, that's right. That's where it is. I heard it in God of War. Illinois, soon to be Tampa, says Chubbs. Are you going to Tampa? Hanging with these nuts. Okay, I don't need to know about homosexual tendencies in the chat. We'll move on.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's okay. Whatever you do in your free time.
I should have spent my college money of UFC 264 tickets. I don't even want to watch. I feel left out. I'm so fucking jealous.
Is it weird? Yeah, because you've been going into all these events. Is it weird not going to UFC 264? That's going to be strange, right? I tell you what, Glove Touch, if you ever can scrounge up enough money to go to a Conor McGregor fight, I highly recommend it. It is a spectacle. Deafening crowd. There's something about it, man. The Olays, the fans are hilarious. Some of the Irish fans, when I went to the Seaver one in Boston, it was hilarious, man. Some of these Irish fans didn't even like Conor. They were just olaying and partying, just to party. I was outside drunk at an Irish pub in Boston. I don't remember the name of it. And I'm hanging out there. And I'm talking to some guy from Ireland. I'm like, you must be a big Conor fan. He's like, fuck that bum. He goes, and I'm like, what? He's like, oh, he's a bum. Oh, he's a bum. He's going to fuck up Dennis Seaver, man. And he was like, I could fuck him up. Like, they're just so funny, man. And then the next thing you know, I probably have videos on Instagram of me dancing in the streets in Boston. I have so many experiences of dancing with fucking shanty Irishmen in the middle of boulevards and avenues and streets and just going crazy, just jumping in a leaping leprechaun crowd, olaying. It's the best experience in the world. You're just with a bunch of fucking, like, pale-skinned, beer-smelling motherfuckers, cabbage-eating son of a bitches, just hopping up and down, olaying. They never get tired. I'm exhausted. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. You guys are really tiring. It's so much fun, man. Or even just going to the weigh-ins. If you're in Vegas, get the fucking weigh-in tickets tomorrow. Get yourself in there. You'll be dancing in the streets with these hooligans. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. The thing I love about the Irish, they say on St. Paddy's Day, everyone is Irish. Right? When Conor McGregor fights, everyone's Irish. Everyone's just hanging. It's a fun experience. You gotta check it out for yourself. And if you don't, if you're a Scrooge, I had a friend that's just like, I'm out of here. He's this Italian guy. He's like 6'5", and he's walking down the block as we're all laying in the street. Like, you guys are idiots. Some people just don't want to have fun. Cabbage eating, yes. Irish people eat cabbage. You learn something new. Anyway, let's run through the rest of these stories and get the fuck out of here. We're all Irish when he fights. That's right, Brett. All right, Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. This is actually pretty funny because Nate Diaz, Nate Diaz. Hello, Dana White was absolutely right. He went on Aaron Bronstatter, whatever the fuck the guy's name, the Canadian the weirdest looking guy I've ever seen in my life, which really drives me nuts. Why the MMA media looks like goblins and fucking, I don't know, trolls and shit. They all look fucking weird. This guy, Aaron Bronstadt, whatever the hell his name is, we have his Twitter on our website. He's some of the same. So he asked Dana White, you got to break us something. Give me something that's on that board that's going to come up. And Dana White says it's very possible they're working on this. Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler rematch. Okay? And then he starts laughing and he says, you know what's going to happen, right? All the media outlets are going to go out there and say, this fight's happening. And he's like, it's not set in stone. What happens? The Bleacher Report just takes it and says, Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler, main event in the works. UFC, Dana White says. They can't lay off of it. It's immediately a story. So they're working on this thing. They're working on this. I'm not going to hold my breath, but I kind of like it. I don't hate it. So that's going on. Let's see what else we got over here. Let's see. Sean O'Malley with Chris Moutinho. We spoke about Sean. Dana White blasts critics of UFC interim heavyweight title. Just shut the fuck up. I mean, wonderful. You couldn't have put it better. You know, that's the best way to say it. Just shut the fuck up. You're right, Dana. Shut up. Stop complaining. You know what? Fucking, I hate that I agree with this guy so much. Every once in a while I'll criticize him, but not much. Just shut the fuck up. He's right. He's so right. We did a whole show about it. Shut the fuck up. You're going to watch. So shut up. They need to sell tickets in Houston. Just shut up. Sirigan, wary of Derek Lewis's power, but plan is to never get touched at UFC 265. Cyril Gane's going to run and run and run and run in Houston. And I've been having arguments with people on Instagram and Twitter and whatever, where people saying, you're just a hater. Cyril Gane is so good. He's so technical. Cyril Gane is so French. Fuck Cyril Gane. Fuck him. Fuck him. He's boring. He is boring. He's even admitting he is never going to get touched. That's his plan. So what, is Cyril just going to go in there and knock him out? No. He's going to fucking bounce around and run. So fuck Cyril Gane. If you're with me, say fuck Cyril Gane in the chat. Or Fook Cyril Gane before YouTube shadow bans. We're running through the news. How's Ellie?
Not sleeping.
All right, Ellie's. All right, well, you can bring her on for the end. UFC sells branding rights to fighters' uniforms to Crypto.com. Reported 9-figure deal. What? Jess, did you read this article? What the hell is this shit about? You want to pop in for this one? No? All right. Baby's got Jesse taken care of. Wednesday has reached an agreement with Crypto.com to be its new official fight kit partner. They're putting them on the shorts of Venom? So how much are the fighters going to make on this thing?
I don't know. Probably not much.
Wait, what the fuck is this? We're going to partnership using this is a partnership between two companies that are the best at what they do. The companies, okay, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to see what a fighter's going to make on this thing. Oh, man. People are going to start flipping. If the fighters aren't getting shit from this.
Logo will be featured not only on fight kits, but also the Octagon canvas.
Yeah, it's going to be on the canvas. So the UFC's making money off of this. Yeah, on fight kits. But what the fuck are the fighters making? Oh, God, UFC. Don't fuck me over, man. I've been defending the UFC over and over again about being a business. It doesn't look like the fighters going to get jack shit from this. Oh, boy. Okay. We'll see. We still got to learn because with Venom 2, they released after the deal, a slight increase in pay. Not enough. Not enough. I'm a believer in this. Yes, fighters should make more money. I'm with a lot of people on that. But I think that the UFC should cut the bullshit and let the fighters, these deals that they're making, have Venom super big on the shorts, have fucking Crypto.com on the shorts, that's fine. But allow them to have little other logos on their shit. Allow them to put a freaking banner up in the cage. Allow them to do that. I mean, you would solve a lot of problems by doing that. Just saying. Just saying. I know these companies are probably, no, I'm paying you big bucks, so you got to put the name on the shorts, and you can't put anything else on there. I'm not paying you. Thank you for the subscribe. This guy. Colon Wilson. Thank you. My God. Okay, we'll see what happens with this, but it's not a good look. This is not a good look. If it's great for the UFC as a company, as a business, sure, but the fighters got to get something. You can't be releasing, Crypto.com is going to be on their fucking shit, but the fighters are making the exact same amount of money. That just doesn't work. Especially with all the Karens out there. You know. UFC sells branding rights. I saw that. Okay, what else we have? Edson Barboza versus Giga Chikadze in the works. We did speak about this one already. I don't think we really need to touch on that. We got UFC 264, for God's sakes. Ladies and germs, we ran through the news over here. Unfortunately, Jesse wasn't able to join us on this, but I hope you guys enjoyed my synopsis of what I could pull out of this. I'm going to look over at the MMAHoles.com and check this out over here. If we ever miss anything, well, you can go to the MMA news section on the MMAHoles.com, the MMAHoles.com, and you can catch more news here. Let me see if anything stands out. Anything sticks out to me. There's more Conor and Dustin stuff. We got Nico Price. All the Media Day scrums are on here, so you can catch that for yourself. Go check out the Mac Life interview and let us know in the comment section down below what you think. But yeah, we pretty much touched on everything. Okay, good. So this fight card, UFC 264, is Saturday night. We will react to the entire card. So make sure you subscribed, and you're wonderful, wonderful. Tomorrow night we're reacting, and we're playing the audio to the UFC 264 press conference where these two men go face-to-face for a third time. Who is going to win the trilogy? Well, we're going to get an idea tomorrow night. Lola versus DS2, I did talk about that, Pulse. So this leads me to believe, Pulse, that you are absent for part of our show. You must be here on time. So tomorrow night we'll be live for this press conference going down. Fuqua Fridays on Friday night. Completely wonderful, wonderful stuff.
Wonderful.
That's Ellie. Check out the live chat over here. The people, the best people that come into our show each and every night. We appreciate your company, and I'm going to give you a standing ovation here. Shout out to the MMA Holes community. The best people on the internet. The best people in the world. P. Dizzle says, Chris, check the rankings. Did they update something? Let's check it out. There was some movement before that we discussed. Let's see. It is Wednesday night, so there should be a shake. Is Conor the number one contender now? Let's see. Let's look. Arnold Allen moves up on Josh Emmett. We did notice that Jan Blachowicz passed Stipe Miocic. We spoke about that. I think that's number one bullshit.
This is number one bullshit.
Just saying. What else we got here? And there's nothing else. Unless you're talking about Lena Landsberg. Or Avelia. Yeah, I don't know what Pete is fucking talking about. All right. Oh, shit. I had it on the wrong scene. Anyway. Yeah, I was just looking at the rankings. I don't know what he's talking about here. Shane Burgos moving up, maybe? Alex Caceres moving down. Brandon Royval, who's a guy I actually really like. He disappointed me as of late, but he's a fun fighter. I think he could be a player. He's a lot of fun to watch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have 194 likes. I thank you from the bottom of my MMA hole for all those likes, but we need 6 more until we hit our goalie goals. And I think we can make dreams come true here on a Wednesday night. 6 more likes, and we play the song. Friends, we need your help. We're 4 away. We need to make the dreams come true here on the MMA Holes Wednesday night show. Congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Conor McGregor has broke his silence on the Mac Life. P-Head looking to do it again Saturday night.
Wonderful.
Baby, we did it. We did it!
like a goal. Slap the likes, slap the like button, it's time for likes. I slap the like button, we hit the goals. We hit the goals, we hit the like, we hit the like goals.
Because of you guys and gals hitting the like button, I don't have to go back to DJing. I can hang here with the boys.
Hang with the boys.
Thank you very much, MMA-Holes, for being so wonderful tonight. We've hit a milestone. Like Matt Stone says, we've never hit 200 likes before. Tonight was the first time in almost 5 years that we hit 200 likes. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I am on cloud 9. Or cloud 200.
Dustin P-head, I'm coming for you, P-head. Silly hillbilly.
I gotta get out of here, friends. I gotta get out of here. The police are hanging out back that way. Conor McGregor's loose. What the fuck? Is that Dustin Poirier? I'll give a big shout out to our sponsors, Head Rush, Ballsy, Lux Bidet, and Mystic Roots. We have all the promotions down below for your discounts, so make sure you check that out. Oh yeah, don't be an a-hole, be an MMA hole.